should, in fact, be live. And he's, of course, with the little delay in YouTube, it might take it a second here. Waiting for the actual stream to kick in on YouTube to make sure that it didn't do something weird. Come on. There we go. And now I have an ad playing, but it does look like it is live. There we go. And so, good evening. Welcome to Super-Salty-JeopNERDy, minus a theme song that we haven't come up with yet. So I am your not-so-lovely host. And with me is the question master, John DeMarco. Take a bow, John. Thank you for your hard work.
Joel Untrue.
And so let me go over the rules real quick. Now, I will go over the rules before each game, but, it's up to you to remember the rules and agree to the rules if you participate in a game. So if you question the rules, well, John will kick you out because he's the rule master. All right, so rule number one, it's basic Jeopardy. We present to you an answer. You need to answer in the form of a question. Yes, classic Jeopardy rules do apply. If you do not answer in the form of a question, you do not. It counts as an incorrect answer. If you, in fact, say if you get it wrong, you get it wrong, and that's the way it works. If you get it right, you actually get double the point value on the board if it is your turn. If it is not your turn, you get the actual amount. We'll explain that in just a moment. If you miss a question, you are deducted the amount of points on the question. So if you're on a 100-point question and it's your turn and you answer it correctly, you get 100 points. If it is not your turn and you answer it correctly, if you answer it correctly and it is your turn, you get 200 points. If it is not your turn, you get 100 points. And if you get it incorrectly, no matter what, it's minus 100 points. If you pass, it's 0. So that's your own. You can pass at any time. And so I highly recommend passing if you don't know. But, once you only get about 10 seconds to make that choice to answer. If you take 10 seconds and you do not answer, then the timer goes up and you hear a sound, which right now we don't have a pre-recorded sound. So either me or John will just go, and your time's up. And that means it's too late and you're deducted the points. The time will be approximately 10 seconds from the time I finish reading the question. So, since we don't have buzzers and stuff, we don't do the classic Jeopardy formula where it's whoever answered correctly gets to pick the next question. Instead, we simply will go in a round robin, and if you pass, then the next person in line gets to pick or gets to try to answer. They can pass, and if it passes through all three contestants, then nobody gets a shot. If once the end of the tally, high score wins. If we have 3 contestants waiting in the back room, then we boot everybody out. If we have less than 3 contestants, the high score winner will be able to retain their championship seat and continue on to the next round. Let's see, did I forget anything important there, John? Oh yeah, and I got to remember to bring up my cheat sheet because that's going to be really important in a minute. John is the official judge, which means that John does in fact have the right to veto me. If I say, congratulations, you got it right, and John says, no, he didn't. John gets to veto my saying that. So, or if I am unsure and I look at John, then John gets to make that call because John wrote the questions. And my brain doesn't work at 100% capacity right now. So, and hopefully John's does. I haven't checked.
I'll try.
Okay. Let's see. Bring up.
And there's a couple of things specifically about the categories.
Yeah.
For the first one, for MCU quotables, you'll get a quote from a movie, and you have to tell us who the character is who said it. And it's just from the movie, it's not the shows. I know a lot of people haven't seen those.
Okay. So yeah, and I have looked them over a little bit. Yeah, so every single one of them is a. The answer is, for example, I'll just throw one out. What is Iron Man? Like you're telling me what who the character is that said the line. Now it's not necessarily a lead character. It could be who is Phil Coulston or who is Nick Fury or something. It doesn't have to be one of the title characters.
Right.
So that's but it is a person. I think in every instance it's a person, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And of course, now I'll tell you, I think the toughest category you came up with is name the Trek series from the character. That it sounds easy because basically there's only a handful of Trek series, so if you know the names of all the Trek series, well, you got a good shot at guessing it. But there's a lot of characters where you think you know the name, but you like. There's two of them where the name that I know you have in there where the name is pronounced exactly the same. you got me with that one when I was reading. I was just like, oh crap! Oh, so yeah. All right, so let me bring. How many people we got in the chat right now? Let me go to live chat. And I'm sorry, I won't be reading the chat today because I do have to focus in on the game. So I do apologize. I don't normally like to say this, but unless it's a super chat, I will not be reading the chat on Jeopardy nights just because it's not feasible. However, I am putting the link to the game into the chat right now. I do ask you to not go to the link in the game unless your intention is to play. It is not just to hang out and talk. It is specifically for players only. And I will pin that. And I do see that, wow, we got 3 already. Awesome.
That was fast.
Yes. And so welcome our first 3 contestants, Mercer, Deej, and Bird Pray 5.
Yo, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
I can.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm adjusting
Careful
my
with
mic down.
adjusting your mic, though.
I just moved it. I just moved it once. That's all. Sorry about that.
And I do see we got a couple of people in the back room, so we'll save those for the next round. Although I will tell you, your pony died. I've seen you on the chat before. No. You're not coming on. So let's see.
How you doing, Michael and John?
I'm doing
Pretty good,
all right.
thanks. How are you guys?
Pretty good. I'm awake, It's a
That's
start.
a good start, yeah.
I had a terrible week, but I'm hoping this will help me forget about it.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, I was late with 2 orders, and Amazon almost killed my account.
Excuse me, anti-tracker, you misspelled my name.
Oh, I did. I'm so sorry. So it's.
I believe that's an extra point.
Okay, yeah. Let me.
I thought the name was fitting.
Is that better?
Looks about right.
Yeah, Amazon almost screwed me this week. Amazon almost screwed me this week, and they still could. So.
All right. So, is that right? No. Oh wait, that's. All right. There we go. All right. So you guys all understand the rules, I presume.
Yep.
All right. Do any of you have any questions as to the rules before we get started?
Yeah, yes, I do. About the category, name the Trek series from the character.
Yes.
Do we have to name the character too, or just
No,
the,
we will tell you the name of the character. You have to name the series.
Okay, is there pictures in there or no?
The pictures only come after you give your response.
Yes, so you only have a name.
Oh, okay.
When can I use phone a friend?
When you are
Next
on
week.
your own stream. So yeah.
Can I drink
Oh,
Red
no
Bull and still
lifelines?
play?
You can drink Red Bull all you want. Yeah, you can absolutely drink all the Red Bull you want.
Is it normal to have a burning sensation when you pee?
For you, I think yes. I think it's all the orphan entrails that do that.
By the way, on a side note, they hinted at February today at the convention for Orville dropping.
I thought it was pretty well established. They said February.
And your pony
They
died.
never said
Maybe
it, and
I'm
that's-
confusing with somebody else, but I think that there was a person that came on that called "Your Pony Died," and they did some things on the video that was very inappropriate. So I apologize, but if I don't know who you are, I have to be very careful because I've had some people. I do things on the live streams that could get the channel shut down, so I have to be very careful about that. I might nothing personal.
Like the truffle shuffle.
Oh, let's just say the lower truffle shuffle. Yeah, so
Well, it would be the size of a truffle probably if they're trying to show it off on a stream.
they were being truffle would be rather generous. All right, so we don't need to go back to nightmares of that. All right, Mercer, you are first up, so go ahead and name your poison, my friend.
I will do name the Trek series from the character for 100.
All right,
Alex.
And the first one is Lieutenant Kevin Riley.
Star Trek. The original Star Trek.
That is correct.
I didn't know how you wanted me to say it, so I just hoped that you
that is
get what I meant.
It wasn't in the form of a question.
He said Star Trek. What is the original Star Trek? Didn't he? Or actually, I didn't. John, what did he?
Oh, yeah, I guess I don't get it.
I thought he said, "What is the original Star Trek?" I think.
It's your call, John.
I'd give it to him.
All right.
I think it's fine.
We all get one.
You might have gotten a mulligan there, but all right.
We should get double for that, though, shouldn't he? The points.
Oh yeah, thank you. See, I need to be held accountable too. All right, thank you. And Deej, you're up.
Name the Trek series from the character for 500.
Ooh, going for
boy.
Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Captain Keogh?
That would be Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Yes!
Holy moly, yes.
Nicely done.
And he gets a mulligan for question.
That was good. He definitely said what is, didn't he?
No, he said that would be.
Yeah, so he gets a mulligan for the question.
John?
We all get one mulligan.
We all get one.
Yeah, one for each character.
All right, we'll give you
But
a
he was the
mulligan.
guy that commanded the Odyssey from that. And he was supposed to be like Picard. Like I think they deliberately modeled him and the ship to be like another version of the Enterprise and Picard, and I think they did that on purpose
To me,
let us know how big a
Definitely.
threat.
I think
the
just
Dominion
because I'm old, he always came across to me as Captain Johnny Carson. That's what I always
True.
thought. Yeah, just because of what he looked like. All
But I just
right,
think that-
so well played, Deej. All right, so Bird.
We're a little bit punchy with this question stuff.
To name the series from the character for 400.
All right, popular category: Crewman Cutler.
What is Star Trek Voyager?
Ooh, it is not Voyager. All right, so Mercer.
What is Star Trek Enterprise?
That is correct. Star
And
Trek Enterprise. Good job, Mercer.
raise my glass to the young actress who passed away during season 2, and they wanted to turn her into a regular character because she was great.
Dang,
she was
Mercer.
she was a fantastic character, and then she passed away.
Somebody's been studying. Holy moly, I had no idea. All right.
She was only 36 years old when she passed away.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty sudden.
Mercer, it's your board.
Okay, I will take name the Trek series from the character for 300.
Dr. Roger Corby.
Come on, Mercer.
What is Star Trek Voyager?
Oh, no,
Oh.
it is not Voyager, Mercer. I'm sorry. All right, Mr. Bunny.
What is Star Trek, the original series.
That is correct.
Nice.
Dr. Roger Corby, who was, of course, actually an android, just like Bird. All right. And speaking of Deej, it's your board.
Let's finish off that category for 200.
Crewman Michael Jonas.
Passing on that, I don't know it.
Pass. All right, Bird.
Pass it.
You awake there, Bird?
Yeah. What is Deep Space Nine?
What is Deep Space Nine is correct.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
What?
Sorry, Bird. And I apologize, Mercy. You don't get a shot at it because I revealed it, but it was Voyager. So, Bird, you suck. That's all there is to it.
I was right before I was wrong.
Well, only because I misspoke. So thank you, John, for correcting me. Bird, you're still in last place.
Damn it, John.
All right, Bird, here's your chance. This is where you're gonna pull it into the positive here. All you got to do is answer a 300-point question or higher and get it correct, and you'll be
Thomas's tank shelf of ships for 500.
All right, here we go. You ready? I know you're gonna get this one. This helped demonstrate why bridge windows are a terrible idea.
What's the question?
What's the name of the ship?
Yeah, identify it. It's right there on the screen.
That looks like a.
Well, I know what it looks like, but you got to identify what it's called.
I can't tell.
If you look at the stream yard, it's right there.
It's tiny.
It's as big as any of us. You looking at it on an iPhone or something? Come on.
It's it looks like a Klingon bird of prey from the JJ verse.
It is not a bird of prey. Bird o' prey. All right, so Mercer, you want to take a stab?
Pass. Pass.
Deej.
I'm not even trying to guess at that. No.
Really? That one is actually one of the few that I would get.
I think it. I know the show, but I do not know what the hell that's called.
All right. That one is The Beacon of Kalis.
Kalis.
No. Crush.
So it's a discovery ship?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing that Michael actually killed that one Klingon on in the Vulcan Hello.
What is the ship that had like dead bodies on it?
Have the sarcophagus?
No, that was the sarcophagus ship. That's actually what that one's called. The Beacon of Kalis is what was floating in the asteroid field that they were investigating at the very beginning. The sarcophagus ship was what was hanging out nearby.
You paid way too much attention.
Well,
do we get bonus points for naming the chances of surviving an asteroid field?
No. All right. So Mercer, you're bored.
I'm going to go with MCU quotables for 200.
All right, MCU quotables for 2. Dance off, bro. Me and you.
Who is Peter Quill?
So we give that to him?
Yes.
Okay.
I say their real name or their superhero name. Both
just wanted to make sure, because the way you wrote that, I didn't know if you want him to say Peter Quill / Star-Lord, or if he could give either one. So
yeah, either one's fine.
And there he is actually saying it right there. Dance off, bro. Me and you. Good job, Mercer. Nice to see that someone can actually score. All right, so
excuse me?
The other person.
Somebody can actually score?
Well, I mean, look, after watching Bird, come on. Give me. That's just painful. All right, it's your board.
Let's go with MCU quotables for 100.
All right. I can do this all day.
Well, is this another one where you can do either or?
Yeah, all of them you can do either one. It's fine.
Because it's Cap America. You said either or.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's your answer?
Yeah, it's Captain America.
All right. I'm sorry, Deej. You do have to phrase it in the form of a question.
No shush.
We seem to have lost a player.
Yeah, Bird disappeared.
Bird.
I
Oh,
said,
let me see if he came in the back. I saw someone came in the back room. Yeah, there he is. Hey, Bird, were you just so embarrassed that you had to?
I accidentally clicked the wrong button.
Okay. Well, fortunately for you,
he shut
Bird,
off the cheat answers.
I don't know if you were paying attention, but Deej not only said the correct answer, but he said it incorrectly. So if you were paying attention, this is the easiest 100 you could possibly
Who is
get.
Captain America?
All right.
Yeah.
There we go. Bird could get one correctly when he's fed the answer from one of the other players. Good.
You know, I could criticize MCU for certain things, but they really did callbacks very well. Like, moments that you remember, and they bring them back later.
I could do this all day. Yeah, I know.
Unless he's a zombie,
Yeah.
and then he can't do it all day.
Yeah, he should have said that. The zombie should have been could
didn't see
do
that one.
all day. You didn't watch the zombie one yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch that.
Yeah, I plan on it.
It's
Get enough beer.
it's dark but funny at the same time.
Oh, nice.
The zombies do retain certain personality traits, and in some cases, it's hilarious.
Do they eat brains?
I'm not gonna you'll see
Okay.
it. You'll see it. All right. So that was Mercer. So
That was Deej.
It was me.
Oh, that's
It
right.
was
So
me, so it's
Bird. Okay, you can get to 0 by answering a 500 question.
The animated series.
And he did
There
it
he goes
again.
again.
All right, we'll wait for him to come back. Let's see.
I bet he keeps.
What button?
I bet he's closing that wrong tab for the cheat list he's trying to get right now.
Yeah, was he like? Were you bringing up the
Hey,
animated
it's
series
Chang.
on something or something?
It's Chang.
Alexa, pull up the animated series.
The animated series for 500. Please.
Okay. Now
Hurry before he falls.
You do.
I'm not gonna use my mouse. It doesn't matter.
In the episode, The Infinite Vulcan, The Infinite Vulcan features not only a giant clone of Spock, but also this species of sentient plants.
Pass.
All right. So, Mercer.
Pass.
And
Pass.
Is it Venus flytrap?
Who are the Phylosians? The Phylosians. Yes, I'm surprised we haven't seen Phylosians in Lower Decks yet. I'm sure we will eventually, but
Probably. I think they were mentioned one time. Yeah.
All right, so Bird once again passes the buck. Mercer, back to you.
I'll take MCU quotables for 300, Alex.
All right. We got, there is nothing except this. There is no art opening. There is no benefit. There is nothing to sign. There is the next mission and nothing else.
Pass.
All right. And Deej.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but pass.
And Bird.
Pass.
Wow, really? I guess
I want somebody to get that.
Yeah, well, I got to say, I'm a big MCU fan, so I will tell you, I got every single one of these right the first time I went through this. But yeah, that would be Tony Stark / Iron Man when he first started dedicating himself to getting rid of his weapons. All right.
Oh, cool. This is a good one.
Yeah, it was actually a great line. I was halfway expecting you for him to use I'm tired of the liberal agenda line. That would be a good one, too.
That would have been a good one to throw in there.
Yeah. All right, so that brings it to Deej.
Yeah, let's go with Mystery Movie Night with Matthew for 100.
Mystery Movie Night with Matthew. On the last movie night, September 3rd, the main features were preceded by the trailer with some edits for this movie.
Yeah, you showed me that early, too. I pass.
Bird.
Pass.
And Mercer.
That would be, what is Star Trek 2?
That is
Very good.
correct. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And now his granddaughter on the Enterprise. Because why not?
That is so. I don't.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. I really hope they have some explanation other than that she is his direct descendant.
Roddenberry named LaForge after, and not LaForge, Noonien Soong, Data's creator, after a guy he knew that he's trying to reunite with. So he changed the name a little bit. So some people theorize that they're just naming the character something like Noonien Singh to
but it's not exactly
bring that to
the same.
Yeah.
It's not like Noonien Singh. And her first name is Leon. And so it's Leon Noonien Singh. I mean, it's just the feminine version of Khan Noonien Singh.
What if it is Khan and he was changed to a woman?
No. Well, you weren't there for my Twitch stream today, but I have a new theory. I am going to do a video on this, I think. I think that Una, what's her, is it Una Chin Riley?
Riley.
Yeah.
Is pre-op Kevin Riley. I think.
Wow.
And because both of them like to sing.
What time is your trip to Twitch stream? I can't believe I missed that. I must have slept through.
Did it for a couple, for what, an hour and a half or so before this.
Oh, okay,
all right,
cool.
So who did that last one? That was... Shoot.
That was Deej.
That was Deej? Okay, so...
That was me.
Bird, your pick.
The animated series 400.
Animated series for 100?
400.
For 400, okay. This is the name given to the first warp ship in the episode Time Trap. So remember, the first warp ship was not the Phoenix. It was this.
Pass.
Mercer?
Pass.
And Deej?
I got a comfortable lead. Pass.
What is the Bonaventure? The Bonaventure. Yes, we all remember that because Zephyrin Cochrane did not fly.
Do you remember that Orville episode where they had Gordon doing on the stand in a courtroom, and he's like, "Can we just move on to movie trivia?"
All right, well,
that was great.
Continue on here. Not the Orville night. All right, so let's. I
just thought it was hilarious.
Let's see. That was Bird. So Mercer, it is your pick.
I'll pick MCU quotables for 400, please.
All right, he's going to run this category. All right. It's completely elegant, it's bafflingly beautiful, and it's capable of reducing the population of any standing structure to 0. I call it the ex-wife.
Pass.
And Deej.
Who is Nick Fury?
That is incorrect. Bird.
Damn.
Could it be somebody it's already been?
Could it be somebody it's already been?
I mean, yes, there are a few names that appear more than once.
Yeah.
No, pass. I don't trust myself.
Good, because you would have gotten it wrong. It is Justin Hammer.
Sam Rockwell.
I think Tony Stark was on the tip of his tongue.
I was going to say, it sounded like something Tony Stark would say.
Yes, but yes, that was Justin Hammer when he was.
So we're going to Iron Man 2 for questions.
He's the guy that put all the weapons in War Machine in Iron Man 2.
Yeah, nobody's seen Iron Man 2.
What do you mean?
That was like 300 years ago.
Iron Man 2 is it's one of those movies. It's like Star Trek 3. It gets passed.
You mean the second worst movie in the franchise?
I don't think it's the second one. I think it's much higher than that.
Wow. All right, we'll just move on from that. All right, so Mercer picked that one. So Deej, your pick.
Oh, hell, let's go MCU quotables 500.
All right. Your death amounts to the same. Your death amounts to the same as your life. A zero sum.
Pass.
And Bird.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Thanos.
I already had my button on the negative button. No, and I knew you were. There was no way you were going to get this one. And Mercer.
I'm gonna go pass.
All right.
Pass.
That would be Armin Zola. Armin Zola. And before you say who the hell was that, he was the guy in the computer.
He's basically Joshua in this universe, you know, from War Games. He's basically that guy, Joshua.
Now you're just confusing him more. All right, so
I know who he is.
no, I mean you're confusing Bird.
Well,
so
Bird was confused before he started this game.
That's very
True.
true. All right, so let's see. That was MC. Let's see. That was Deej, right?
It's
so,
Bird's turn.
Yep, Bird. You get to pick.
Mystery movie night with Matthew for 500.
All right, going for the big bucks. It has been about this long since Matthew has even watched a TOS film. They just don't resonate with him. Who wrote this crap? That person needs to be fired.
What is a decade?
Wow, you got it.
And it's that, yeah, there we go. So 1 decade, Bird of Prey comes back to negative 500 points. Very
Wow.
good. And that is a great GIF for that. Yeah,
Thanks.
that's
Michael Dorn is the greatest actor in all of Star Trek.
I don't know if I would say that, but he's got the best angry face.
That's true.
All right, so good job, Bird. Congratulations on getting back to negative 500. And Mercer, your pick.
I'll take Thomas's shelf of ships for 200.
All right, Thomas's shelf of ships for 200. This one might seem easy,
Nah.
but the official name of the ship specifies a certain function. Yes, it seems easy, but the official name of the ship, because remember, this is the Eagle Moss collection, right? So, this is the official name of this Eagle Moss collectible.
I'm going to pass.
All right, Deej?
I'm going to pass to the Klingon expert.
All right, Klingon expert Bird of Prey 5 that knows everything about birds of prey.
What is Klingon Bird of Prey cruise configuration?
Judge?
Yeah, that's not the title that Thomas gave me.
All right, so I'm sorry, Bird. That is incorrect. It is flight configuration.
Oh, bullshit!
I mean, take it up with Eagle Moss. That's
You know what I was debating was like sometimes in Next Generation they called them battle cruisers, even though they weren't. Like, and if you look at like episodes like The Defector,
those
the birds of
scaled,
prey are the size of like battle cruisers.
Right, those are
Birds of Prey.
scaled up. Those are like those are the same
Thomas,
shape.
But that's why I was not willing to answer the question because I didn't want to get into those issues.
Thomas said in chat to give him the 8 points.
Well, John is the official judge.
Well, if Thomas says give it to him, then sure, give him the points.
All right.
Thomas is a ship expert.
All right.
Thomas, you're awesome. You're nice.
Thank you.
No,
Tom.
I'm nice for pointing that out.
Thank you, D.
Yeah, because I can't see the chat, so I have no idea what's going on in the chat. So thank you, Thomas. All right, and where are we at? So that was
Mercer, I believe.
Yeah, Mercer. So Deej, your pick.
Let's go with let's Thomas the Tank Shelf of Ships 100.
100.
Yep.
All right. The iconic Klingon battlecruiser from TOS, designed by Matt Jeffries, not Jeffrey Combs.
Pass.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember names of the
All
ships.
Bird, if you miss this one, I will.
What is the Klingon D7?
All right. I was going to come down there and just punch you in the face if you miss that one. All right. So, oh, yeah, I got to give you double points for, or no, only once because this isn't your
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you're up to negative 200. You're on, you're
Fucking
on a roll.
It's just amazing how well designed the TOS ships were. considering the budget. Just how elegant they look, you know?
Oops. All right. So, yeah, so far, so good. Bird coming on
I
the
think
warpath at negative 200. Deej has been slacking. He went from 1,300. He's down to 700. Mercer's at 900 in the lead.
I think it's Bird's turn.
Yes, it is, Bird. This is where you can pull to the lead.
Thomas's shelf, 400.
Oh, he's going with the big bucks. Despite its familiar sounding name, this ship did not appear in Battlestar Galactica. That's a hint, Bird.
How much is this? 400?
400 if you get it right.
800 if you get it right.
Well, yeah, 800 if you get it right. You'll
But
definitely...
only 400 if I get it wrong.
Correct.
What is a Viper?
Oh! I am sorry. It is not a Viper.
Nice try.
Good guess, though. Mercer.
Pass.
And Deej.
Couldn't pass fast enough.
Man, Bird, you were so close. You were so freaking close. You're going to want to kick yourself. What is a Klingon Raider? A Klingon Raider, as in the...
It looks like somebody's hands.
Yeah. And you may remember that's what Lorca escaped in one of the episodes of season 1.
Does anybody
I'm
watch that?
sure as
show?
hell do not remember that.
That's the problem. They're asking questions from
Discovery?
We all put it out of our heads.
I wouldn't know those if Thomas hadn't told me. The ones
Actually, that name helped me with that one. When you put those, and credit to you, John, some of those hint names you put in there absolutely nailed it for me. It helped me identify.
You know what it almost looks like? It almost looks like the scimitar when it spreads its wings to do the Theleron radiation.
It kind of
deal.
does, yeah. All right, so nice try though, Bird. Mercer, back to you.
I'll finish the Thomas the Tank's ship shelf of whatever ships.
This Klingon vessel could be seen in the 22nd century.
Pass.
Pass.
Okay, Bird, you are Mr. Klingon. Come on.
Not pass.
What is an attack ship? A Klingon attack ship used by the Augments. Man,
I thought they stole an actual bird of prey.
it was just called a.
Yeah, I thought it was a bird.
It was just called an attack ship.
I'm gonna have to dispute that later.
Well, you can dispute it all you want. That's what the
Well, I think
official name is.
there may have been more than one ship involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, Deej, your pick.
Let's go with the animated series for 100.
He is the 3-armed navigator of the Enterprise.
That is pass.
Ah, yes, Mr. Pass. Bird.
Sulu.
Sulu is the 3-armed navigator of the Enterprise. Wow.
Listen,
Did he land in a toxic waste?
there's a
bin?
reason why he says, "Oh my."
Yeah, that's not it. All right, Mercer.
Pass.
That was your best answer of the night. I'll give you that, Bird. That was
True.
your best. But,
Passed.
that would be Eric's. Mr.
All right.
Eric's.
But by Thomas is clarifying, it means the Klingon augments, not the human ones,
Ah, there you
for
go.
that last ship.
I like that episode. I just don't remember the. I just remember they brought in. No, that was the other episode. Sorry, I don't remember the specific ship.
It's okay. 3-armed. All right, who picked that one? That was Mercer, right? So, Deej, your pick.
No, that was me.
Oh, Bird, your pick. What do you want?
Animated for 300.
Of course you do. This is the name of Spock's loyal Salat, a.k.a. a Vulcan teddy bear. And if you don't know this, you need to turn in your nerd card, because, come on, that is like the most gut-wrenching episode of all of Trek.
You just watched all of those not too long ago, too.
I hear you typing, Bird. Come on.
I'm not typing. I'm thinking.
You're not.
And
Yeah,
to be
you're
honest,
thinking with Google.
I'll be completely honest. I don't have no idea what the answer is. I'm trying to think of the name of Julian's teddy bear from DS9
Why are you trying to think of Julian's teddy bear, which has nothing to do with it?
because that would be a funny answer. I don't know. Pass.
Wow. Mercer?
Pass.
Really?
Uh,
Oh,
I didn't see the episode. I'm sorry. I just didn't,
you didn't
see.
it? You guys all need to turn in your nerd cards.
it's been like 10 years since I've watched it. I'm old. Leave me alone.
Oh, well, then I don't want to hear you complaining about Live with Matthew then anymore. I do not want to hear anybody complaining about Live with Matthew not watching the movies for 10 years. If you're going to say you do not know the name, the iconic name of Ichaya. Ichaya. Don't remember that name.
I remember IKEA, but not Ichaya.
And apparently Bird couldn't remember Kukalaka.
By the way, the
either.
IKEA joke that they used in the Eternals trailer was really lame.
Kukalaka.
Yes.
God damn.
I hate you all. All right. Who picked that one? Was it Bird?
Yeah,
That was my question.
Yeah. All right. Mercer, your pick.
I'm going to go with Mystery Movie Night for 200.
Matthew couldn't even tell what had been added to the trailer because of his astounding ignorance of this film. How could he be deaf with ears like that?
I don't understand what the question is, but I will say,
Identify
what is the alien at the bar in Star Trek 3?
No.
what we're looking for is what film was added in to the trailer.
Oh, what is Star Trek 3? I don't know if you're going to give it to me,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I didn't know
it's
what
fine.
you were. I didn't know what you were getting at.
No,
with the
you're
question.
absolutely right. And there's Picard giving the appropriate face palm for Matthew.
Sorry about that.
I just couldn't believe that after seeing that trailer, Matthew couldn't tell there was anything changed about it.
That was funny.
Like really? So Khan was trying to kill the big alien from Star Trek 3. I really wanted to punch Matthew after that one. I was
Means bargain. No.
I seriously could have put the Mugatu in there, Indy Tiger. I could have put the Mugatu in there, and Matthew goes, I didn't realize the Mugatu was in Star Trek 2.
Mutara sector restricted.
Yeah.
Means bargain. No.
That was in the trailer. When the Enterprise heading into the nebula.
How can you get a
Mutara
permit
restricted?
for
Yeah.
anything illegal?
You know what I always thought real quick was that when the officer comes in after that scene, he's like a security officer, and I think McCoy tries to give him a neck pinch. I always thought it was the same guy that was the admiral that told Kirk to get off this topic. You know, they look very similar. You know, the admiral that told Kirk, you know, the Enterprise is done. You know, it's mothballed. They look, at least to me as a kid, they looked like the same guy.
All right. So,
And I thought it was the same guy from Star Wars.
of course you did. All right, Deej.
Let's see. Animated series 200.
All right. Over a decade before the events of Star Trek V, the Enterprise travels to the center of the galaxy and discovers this being. Hint, it's not God.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember. Pass.
Bird?
Who is Satan?
Judges?
Yeah, I'll take that. It's close enough.
All right. Who is Lucian or the devil? Very good, Bird. Oops. I'm so used to taking points off.
Yeah.
All right, so...
I never saw that episode, so...
All right, so Bird, your pick.
Mystery Movie Night with Matthew for 400.
All right. Matthew's cluelessness knows no bounds. For example, he had no idea why Star Trek Day falls on this date.
What is September 8th?
I don't know if we're going to give that one to you. Yes,
Yes.
September 8th. And yes, there's another appropriate facepalm. So good job. Bird is now in the positive. Bird's going to end this in the positive.
Maybe.
The last question is a 300-point question. It's not, and so worst case scenario is he could end with 0.
That's true.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Mercer, the question.
I have to pick a mystery movie night for 300.
Even worse, this is the movie that Matthew considers par out of the TOS films.
What is Star Trek 5?
And I gotta check. Where's my list? Yep.
He's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. What is Star Trek V: The Final Frontier? And with that one, yes, even
You get another face palm.
Yeah. Well, what could you do but face palm when you're talking about Matthew?
I watched that stream, at least most of it.
So there we go.
I thought you were going to ask a lot of questions about 2012 and stuff. I was like,
Well, no,
I was like trying to remember that movie. I thought that this whole category was going to be about Captain Marvel or.
No, the movie night with Matthew category is always about the most recent movie night with Matthew.
Oh, okay.
So, and what John has done in a rather devious and mischievous way, and you'll see this as the night progresses, is each board, because we have 4 boards set up for the night, he narrows in the focus. So, like, obviously this entire board was just about that trailer. And notice that all the ships were Klingon ships. And so when we move to the next one, they're gonna shift around a little bit, so it won't be quite the same. So great job with the questions, John. Thank you again, and thank you for being a fair-minded judge. And guys, please, if anybody else wants to join the game, you have about 10 seconds before I just have Mercer be the sitting champion and carry over. Otherwise, Deej and Bird, thank you for playing, but get out of here because neither of you were able to top Mercer. Good job, Mercer.
I see the professor's in the chat. He should come up here and play.
Yeah, Professor, we want to see you up here, buddy. I know you're a smart cookie. I know you can do it. Let me put this up here a little.
Yeah, she even knew that Star Trek aired 2 days earlier in Canada.
Yeah, but it still doesn't count because it's like Canadian days. They're like less of a day, All right, so Jordan and number 1 sci-fi are both in the house. Anybody else going to join? And Wesley Crusher also throws a $2 super chat in there and says, number 15, make questions go.
The spice controls the universe.
Number 15, make questions go.
And
do one of us have to do that for him?
What's that?
Does one of us have to do that for him?
Yes, you can do that for him. Well, I am there.
I am Jordan. I don't make YouTube videos. I don't make YouTube go.
There you go.
Very nice.
Hey, John, I gotta give you kudos, though. I spent that 2 minutes watching your Discovery Primer one.
Oh, thank you.
I was like wondering, what the hell am I watching here or listening to? Because I wasn't hearing anything but music. I was like, what the hell? Then I got to notice you just, yeah.
All right, so we have Mercer.
Have a good night, Deej.
See you later.
And let's see. Jordan.
And yes, Thomas, I should harass Matthew so we can get on here later.
Yeah, hopefully he will. Oops. Yeah, Jordan's supposed to be the player name, not the score. Helps if I type in the right spot. You can actually type in a name under the points. That makes no sense. And number 1.
Normal's sleeping. She's always sleeping.
Of course. Normal's a cat. What do you expect?
So I could have gone to the convention this weekend and met Shatner and Captain Burnham, but I decided to save money.
Oh, you didn't
It's
want
in
to
New
meet
Jersey.
Captain Burnham?
No, I didn't want to meet Captain Burnham. I would have met Shatner, though, but I just didn't feel like spending like $1,000 to just go down there.
Oh, there's an interesting question. I do not. I'm trying to think. Oh man.
In the super chat, what instrument does Miles O'Brien play?
Yeah,
Doesn't he play the cello?
I believe so.
Is it? I don't remember.
Yeah. On TNG, they all played lame instruments.
He who controls
Yeah, you know,
the spice controls
at least
the
on
universe.
TOS they made
Trivia
up new
bonus for
instruments
chat.
for him to
What
play.
instrument does
You know,
Miles O'Brien play?
Like you had Spock playing the Vulcan harp, and then you had that one dude playing the bicycle spokes. You know, and so at least they did that kind of stuff.
Alex asked, does Keiko count as an instrument? And I was, well, if so, then the cello sounded a lot better.
Well, maybe Keiko, Yoko, same kind of thing.
Did they ever explain why she didn't want to get married on the wedding day when she was supposed to get married? Did they ever explain why she didn't want to?
Well,
It's basically the cold feet syndrome. Like everyone goes through that.
So
I gotcha.
So I do want to remind people that if I know who you are and you want to play in the next round, please come to the backstage. Link is at the top of the chat. I do have to know who you are just because we've had some shenanigans with people coming in and doing some nasty things. But aside from that, we do want to have some participants for the next game. And of course, Live with Matthew, hopefully he'll show up if he has the guts. No, but
John, is your background the TOS engine room?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I couldn't tell. It was really small, but
Yeah.
I was trying to figure it out.
He is my chief engineer.
There you go.
Okay, gotcha.
So salty. Did that only happen that one time, or has that happened multiple times now?
What's that?
That with the one guy there.
Well, that particular guy I've seen twice, but he's only managed to get on the. He's actually managed to get his goal on the actual live stream once, but I've caught him a couple more times trying to do it. But I've had other people come on and just start yelling obscenities and stuff like that. So it's just gotten to a point where for whatever reason, it kind of comes in waves where people do that kind of stuff. And we just got to be careful for a little bit. And then we'll loosen it up a little bit. And then eventually we'll start getting another wave sooner or later. It's the joy of running live streams. It sucks because a few idiots ruin it for everybody,
And Bird's taken off. I guess he was resentful that his cheating didn't work.
Yeah, sorry, Bird. We don't allow cheating around here, and obviously it shows. All right, so you guys know the rules. Any questions about the rules, Jordan or number one?
Nope.
All right. All righty. So Mercer, as the returning champion, it is your pick.
I will take name the Trek series from the character for 200. 200. All right.
And also, yes, please try to be very clear as to the amount, because sometimes, like if you say for 100 and you meant 100, that it sounds like 400. So make sure you are clear about that. All right, Senator Kurtak?
Yeah, Kretak.
Kretak, thank you.
What is Star Trek Deep Space Nine?
That is correct, yes. And there she is in all of her glory.
Actually, she was played by two different actresses. I don't remember the first actress, but the second actress was Adrienne.
What you with this kind of knowledge? I don't know.
Adrienne Barbeau, who I can't pronounce, but she's a famous actress that was in The Fog and The Cannibal Run.
How did you miss any questions, Mercer, when you can tell me that just off the top of your head?
I don't know.
All right, so Jordan, your pick.
Name the Trek series for 500.
Ooh, going all the way for the top. Ooh, Decius? Decius. Sorry, thank you. That's why I have you here.
Oh.
And Vi, we'll work on that. So notice the saying the pictures are too small. So try to try to size them up.
He was from the original series. What is the original series?
That is correct.
Correct. Nicely done.
Very good. There he is. Decius, first officer of the Romulan bird of prey. Don't let anyone tell you it's anything other than a bird of prey. Great job. I'm impressed on that one because, you know what? I remember that character, but I can never remember his name.
Well, I've been following Lore Runner with his TOS rumination.
Okay. All right. Number one sci-fi, your pick.
MCU for 100.
All righty. This drink, I like it. Another. Who said that?
Who is... Dang.
JD, I bet you it's like right on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah. I'll have to pass,
All
unfortunately.
right. So the number one passes to Mercer.
Who is Thor?
That is correct as he slams his coffee cup on the ground. And now number one sci-fi probably is kicking himself for forgetting that one. All right. And so Mercer, it is your board.
I will take name the Trek series from the character for 300. The middle, right there.
Telek Ramor.
Pass.
Ooh, didn't know this one. All right, so Jordan, Telek Ramor.
I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to risk it.
What is TNG?
Nope.
Nope. Let's see. Yeah, nope. Nope, it is not TNG. I'm sorry, my friend. And to number one sci-fi, do you have any idea who Telek Ramor is?
No, pass.
Can I make a guess that doesn't count? Is it the Romulan from the Voyager episode, Needle Eye or Eye of the Needle?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
it is.
Yeah, I should have just went with my instinct, but I just didn't.
Yes, he is the scientist. I can't remember the name of his ship that they send all the letters to. But
That's played by Vaughn Armstrong, who played Admiral Forrest.
See, how do you not know this stuff? Jeez. All right.
He played more aliens than any other actor in Star Trek.
Really?
But
Did you know that?
Gomes.
Vaughn Armstrong played more aliens than any other actor in Star Trek.
All right, so we go on to Jordan, I believe. It is your pick.
Name that Trek series from the character for 100.
All right. Commander Tomalak.
Okay, that is what is TNG.
You are correct, sir. One of the most, also you could have said Babylon 5. I would have accepted that.
The Fugitive. What is this, a trench coat convention? Come on, who are you people?
All right, number one.
Man, I should have just went with my instinct.
MCU for 200.
MCU for 200. If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.
According to Pinterest, Tony Stark, you're nothing without the suit.
They give the points to her.
Someone's phone's trying to answer it.
Yeah, that's cheating.
I'm not cheating there.
Whose phone was that?
Oh, mine went off there because with my headphones there, every once in a while when you press it, it does that voice command thing.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to pass.
Well, you don't want to use that phone's help?
What?
You don't want to use the phone's help? You could literally phone a friend there.
I didn't really hear it, but
oh, okay. So you don't know who said it?
no.
All right. So Jordan, if it comes back to you, I ain't giving you the points because you're.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention.
Mercer.
Answer it.
I would say, who is Tony Stark?
Yes.
Yeah.
And according to Jordan's phone, that is the correct answer. Terrible. All right, so Man, we're going to have a rule about phones here. All right, so that was just horrible. All right, Mercer, it's your pick.
I will go with 400 for Name the Trek series from the character.
Commander Torith.
What is TNG?
That is correct. Yeah, she looks a lot like that Romulan chick from Nemesis too. She reminds me of her. Let's see. There we go. And back to Jordan. No more letting your phone answer for you.
Thomas of the Tank Shells for 100.
All right. The upgraded version of the D7 battlecruiser seen in the movies and later series.
Was the Katinga class?
That is correct, sir. The Katinga, one of my absolute favorites. The D7 is such a great design. The Katinga is really just the D7 with more detail.
I had Vorcha right on the tip of my tongue. I was like, no, that's a way different one.
Yeah. Vorcha, I think, is a pale comparison. I love me the D7. All right, so that comes back to number one sci-fi. Come on, buddy, you can do it.
Yeah, I'll stay with that category. The ships for 200, I guess.
The ships for 2?
Yeah.
You might be thinking we already saw this ship, but it's a different configuration.
What is the Klingon bird of prey and attack configuration?
Yes,
That's
that is
good.
correct. That is the attack mode. And that's why I was looking to John to make sure he was nodding at me before I gave it to you, because I don't want to be jumping the gun now. But yes, that is the attack mode, which I think it looks way better in attack mode than in flight mode, or as Bird would say, in cruise mode, which, Bird is mad. But, sorry, Bird. You still suck. You still would have lost, even if I gave you that. All right. Good job there, Mercer. Number one is now back to Mercer. Mercer, your pick.
I will take Thomas's Shelf of Ships for 300.
All right. While it's still ugly, at least this vessel looks vaguely like an actual Klingon ship. That's about the best way to describe it. I gotta give you that. That's a great description of this ship.
I know what it is, but I'm going to pass.
All right. So, Jordan.
Was the sarcophagus ship?
That is correct, sir.
That's what I was going to say, but I just don't know for sure.
Yeah, that is the sarcophagus. I mean, you can see the basic shape with the outbound nacelles, the neck, but it's just the.
By the way, we still see you, Professor. I'm not ignoring you.
Hey, Mercer, I just think you just didn't recognize it with without all the bodies on it.
Probably, yeah.
And Trek Yard. By the way, Captain Foley, you should be in the backstage right now. I want you in the next round. So click on the link, join the StreamYard. I want you in the next round, buddy. Please. I seriously, Captain, I would love to see you join in. But we're going by what Eagle Moss calls it, and it doesn't matter because Bird had like negative 5,000 points anyway. So.
Oh, the professor was saying it sounds like there's keys being pressed somewhere.
I heard it sounded to me like someone's playing a game or something.
I don't know.
Is somebody playing a game on their phone or something?
No, somebody's trying to message me. So.
Oh. Well, tell them to stop.
Okay.
By the way, yes, we did. We changed the score, so Bird of Prey did get the points for that.
Oh yeah, I think we did. Yeah. So.
Yes.
All right, I'm turning my phone off.
All right.
Because I can't mute it. They're just trying to message me, and I'm just.
All right, whose turn is it? I got all sidetracked by the chat.
That was mine.
That was mine.
Jordan, I think, said
Okay,
that.
so number one sci-fi. It's your pick.
We'll stay with the ships for 400.
All righty. The name of this Klingon ship almost sounds more Romulan.
Gosh. Sorry, I turned it off, so that's the sound.
Right.
That's the sound of it turning. I use T-Mobile.
That's all right.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
All right. So Mercer, any idea what
Pass.
this ship is? All right.
Pass.
How about you, Jordan?
What is the Navark class?
It is not a Navar class. No, it's Jordan, right? So this one is a Klingon Raptor. That's why it sounds kind of Romulan, because Romulans like to use a bird motif. A Raptor. And I'm doing a live stream soon. You're using excuses. I see how you are. Jerk. All right, so now we're back to Mercer.
I will take Thomas's shelf of ships for 500.
Some of these ships were seen in Into Darkness, the worst Star Trek film. It did not resonate with me because, for whatever reason, the resonance of rock and roll destroyed. No, I'm not making even.
Pass.
And Jordan.
Pass.
And Mercer.
No, I already passed. It's number one.
I mean, number one.
Pass.
All right. The D4.
By the way, when you mentioned it casually, you mentioned the wrong movie. You were talking about Into Darkness, but you said Rock and Roll, which implies
Beyond. Yeah, sorry. I just,
it's okay.
The JJ verse just hurts me when I think about it. All right.
JJ verse.
It's I know it's the Kelvin timeline. I shouldn't call it the JJ verse because actually JJ Abrams, while he's not the only person responsible for everything that happened there. Anyway, let's go on to Jordan.
Mystery Movie Night with Matthew for 100.
All right. So last time we talked about the trailer. This time we're probably talking about something else. This was the film that Matthew watched for a movie night on September 3rd, 2021.
Was Captain Marvel?
No, it was not Captain Marvel.
Oh, that might have been the night before that, or the week before.
Yeah, that was before that. Number one. September 3rd was a week ago.
I don't even remember what I did this morning.
Yeah. 1 week before today.
What did you watch a week ago?
Yeah, that's the question.
I'm trying
to
what was it called? What is... Hey, it's not coming to me. I'll have to pass.
Yeah, Mercer.
What is Spider-Man Far From Home?
Yes. What is Spider-Man?
I had to be very careful because I keep wanting to say No Way Home. Like, that's what I want to say. That's what my tongue wants to say.
Yeah, because that's the trailer for the new one. All right. So, yes, it was Spider-Man Far From Home. Number one sci-fi, your pick.
MCU 300, I guess.
All righty. So I take the tank, fly it right up to the general's palace, drop it at his feet, and I'm like, boom! You looking for this?
Pass.
Right, so, Mercer.
Pass.
Come on. Boom. Most people love it. Jordan.
Most places that story kills.
Yeah. Jordan.
I'm not pass because I can't think of the name of the guy.
Terrible, you guys. It's Rhodey, War Machine.
Oh.
Remember? And then everybody else is like, yes, so that's the whole story. And he was like, come on, man. It's cool. I'm awesome. Like you guys. I want to be an Avenger. And I'm the superhero.
Oh, watch out, Matthew's
Oh,
there.
Matthew's in the chat. Matthew, you better click on that link. I want you in the next round. I want to see you answer questions about you. That'll be interesting.
Incorrect.
Right. Hey, Matthew.
see if you retained anything from movie night. All right, so who was that? That was
Number 1.
That was number 1. So Mercer, your pick.
I'll take MCU quotables for 400.
All right. You used to wear newspapers in your shoes.
Pass.
Jordan?
I'll pass.
Number 1. Number 1.
Pass.
I love your avatar.
That would be Bucky. He told that to Steve because to prove that they knew each other.
Well, this category's turned out to be harder than I thought.
Yeah, well, some of these quotes, like I watch the MCU movies all the time when I got nothing to do or I'm working on something, but because I think I used to do that with Star Trek all the time, but now Star Trek almost depresses me. So and so Matthew, I see we got one person in the backstage there. I see you, but Matthew, I'm still waiting for you. You need to come into the backstage, buddy. No excuses. I want to see you answering questions. All right. So let's see. Who was it to pick that one? That's Mercer.
That was me.
So Jordan, your pick.
Name the animated series for 500.
Ooh, going for the big bucks. Not counting the cage, this is the only episode of the original series or the animated series in which we do not see Captain Kirk.
I'll pass.
All right. Number 1. Number 1. I just got to remember to use the Picard voice whenever I address you. Number 1.
No, it's Riker imitating Captain Picard during that episode, the Pegasus. When he's like, "Number 1, I'll be on the bridge." Number 1.
Yeah, I'll have to pass on that one.
All right, number 1. Mercer.
Pass.
All right, that would be the Slaver Weapon. It's actually a good episode. One of those deep sci-fi ones. Which
Val says he used this question before. I didn't know that.
Who? Oh, Vile did? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kazinti.
Well, they didn't learn anything, Vile. If they see that's, and yeah, I don't claim the plagiarism. It's all on John. Hey, Vile, you should come in here. See how you do. You'd probably crush. All right, so that was Jordan. So number 1.
I love your avatar, number 1. That's the way it moves. It's like very enchanting.
Yeah. I guess Life with Matthew for 500. Might as well for a big one.
All right. One of the people working with Beck is the I'm Not Tony Stark guy from Iron Man 1, and this is his first name. And, of course, that is him that is getting bullied in that little GIF there.
Name.
So what is the nerd there's first name?
Yeah, pass.
Hey, Mercer, any idea?
Pass.
And Jordan?
What is William?
Bam! Jordan,
Got it.
good job. Nicely done. All right, so Mercer.
I will go with MCU quotables for 500.
If you attempt to leave or play any games, I will tase you and watch Super Nanny while you drool on the carpet.
Pass.
Really? Dang, you guys suck. All right, so Jordan?
What is Clark Gregg?
Unfortunately, you got the actor's name, but not the character.
So the answer is no from the judges on that one, unfortunately. And number 1. You know who it is if you just remember the character's name.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I'll have to pass.
All right. Who is Agent Phil Colston? Remember, his first name is agent.
Agent.
I do love that line, though. That was great. All right, so we're making progress. Jordan, man, you were right there neck and neck with Mercer, but that last one hurt. So what are you going to do?
Animated series for 400.
All right. In the episode, One of Our Planets is Missing, the governor of the planet Mantilles is a character who first appeared in The Ultimate Computer, which I do really like that little bit of continuity when they do.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm going to pass.
All right, so number one.
Is the character who first appeared in the Ultimate Computer?
Yes, number one.
Who is Daystrom?
It is not Daystrom.
Okay.
And Mercer.
Pass.
It is Shut Up, Bob Wesley. So, yes, it was Bob Wesley, who was the captain of the, what ship was it, the Lexington?
Yeah, I think it was
the gray-haired dude. I couldn't think of his name. That's what I was thinking of, but I couldn't think of his name.
All right, so number one.
Matthew, 400.
Matthew, did you say 400?
Yeah, 4.
All right. However, Beck is actually a disgruntled former Stark employee.
Did you click 200?
Did he say,
that's 400.
yeah, he said 400, right?
Yeah, but it looks like you clicked 200.
No, it says it right at the top, 400.
Okay, I'm sorry. It just looked like you clicked 200.
Beck is actually a disgruntled former Stark employee whose invention was given this unflattering acronym. What was the acronym given to Beck's technology? Try to remember.
Yeah, it's something stupid. I know that.
Just don't make yourself sick about it.
Yeah, I'm sure it has to do. Oh, yeah. What is barf?
There you go. What is barf? Good job, number one.
Hey,
Barf, puke, whatever.
And I said try to remember because that's the song that was being sung when they first demonstrated the barf system. All right, so good job. Mercer, your pick.
I'll take a movie night for 300.
All right. This is the real name of the character who presents himself as the hero, Mysterio.
Pass.
Really?
I haven't seen the movie, so what am I going to do?
You haven't seen Spider-Man Far From Home?
Nope.
Then why did you ask for a question about it?
Because I haven't seen the other shows either.
Wow. All right, so Jordan.
Who was Quentin Beck?
Yes. I was saying really because the last two questions were said, Beck did this. Beck did that. So if you ask the questions in sequential order, it would make more sense. But yes, who is Quentin Beck? Good job, Jordan. So, wow. And Jordan, your pick. You have a chance to take the lead here. Well, not quite, but you have a chance to get real close.
The animated series for 300.
All right.
Yeah, he could take the lead with this one.
This was the first episode of the animated series. No, he'll still be at 15. Oh, no, he can't pull ahead because he'll get double points. Forgot.
Oh, God, what was that?
It was out there.
I'm a pass.
Number one.
Pass.
And Mercer?
Pass.
What is beyond the farthest star?
That's got to be really far away.
So I said it was way out there.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, number one, your pick.
Animated series 200.
This is the purpose for which the Klingons genetically engineered the Glommer.
What is to get rid of tribbles?
Very good.
All right, we'll take it. It is to eat tribbles specifically. But very good. Look, we are neck and neck here. Very close game. I mean, honestly, if Mercer screws the pooch on one, it could go anybody. You better be careful, Mercer.
Yeah.
We're getting dangerous here. All right, what's it going to be?
I'll take Matthew Mystery, whatever.
Understandably, Peter Parker is not a fan of his Spidey sense being called this.
Pass.
Jordan.
I'm a pass.
And number one.
Yeah, pass. I don't know.
His Peter Tingle. His Peter Tingle. Love that. And finally, for you, Jordan, you might be surprised to learn there was an early version of the holodeck on the Enterprise in the animated series that was called this.
Pass.
Number one.
Yeah, I might as well pass.
Man, we're going to take away the ability to pass here. All right, and Mercer.
I'm going to pass, but I know what it is, but I'm not going to risk it. I know what it is, but I'm not going to risk it.
What is it?
You sure?
I'm going to say the rec room, but I'm not going to risk it.
What? It's only a 100-point question. You can't lose at this point.
Don't say the rec room.
All right, well, you didn't ask in the form of a question, so you lose the 100 points. But, yeah, it's the rec room. So you were right, but you didn't ask in the form of a question, so you still lost the points. But it doesn't matter because you're still way out in front. So great game, actually, guys. I mean, 15-12-12 for the score. That's probably the closest game overall that we've had ever. So, much better than seeing when Bird of Prey's on there and somebody's usually in the negative. So,
see, I thought John was going to go through his videos there and go, in this video, I said this.
Yeah.
Just to make people watch his videos.
I'm really disappointed I didn't go with my instinct on the sarcophagus ship because I said was on the tip of my tongue, and I just haven't seen that episode more than once, so I didn't want to do it.
Right.
Well, in all fairness, I just went with the first Klingon ship I could think of, and that's the only one I could think of that I had to name.
And I knew that, and I had a 90% feeling that that's what it was, but I just didn't want to risk it.
All right, so good job, guys. However, number one and Jordan, not quite good enough, so you two get on out of here and have a great rest of your night. And welcome to the stream, Indie Tiger and Life with Matthew.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Good evening.
This is going to be rough. All right, let's see. And banter about for a moment while I get the third round set up here.
So I know exactly one thing on this list.
And what would that be?
Movie night with Matthew.
Of course.
And even that was kind of iffy. I'm like, oh goodness. That's,
no, he's going to add a new category called Fun with Dolphins.
Well, that's a good idea.
I should.
Yeah.
I'm getting an echo from someone.
I am too, and my mic was muted while I was watching.
It is coming from you. No, it's come from Indy. Do you have the stream playing on your computer?
Yes.
Just mute YouTube and keep the studio open. Just mute YouTube.
Okay, hang on. I think
I guess to be fair, I also know some of the MCU stuff.
We'll see. I'm going to mute you while you figure that out. But yeah, Indy, what you want to do is mute. Make sure that YouTube, if you have YouTube open on your browser, that is completely muted. And you're
how's that?
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, so we're not getting it feedback all over the place. And then
feedback.
Now, it's a shame you guys don't have some way for us to hit a buzzer.
Yeah, that would,
instead of passing all the time.
that would be fun. I heard that there's an app you can do that with, but I don't know how effective it would be, especially since we have people from all over. Like, what happens if you have somebody that's in another country? Would that affect
Slight delay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame we don't have a category dedicated to the band Rush. It's just I'm waiting for that.
Well, if I'm writing the questions, you're gonna be waiting for a long time, unfortunately.
We're not.
There's absolutely nothing about it.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening anytime soon, Mercer. All right, so the categories are going to be the same. Let me get the screen up here.
Potables.
And only difference this time is that instead of Bird of Prey 5, it will be Matthew that will be having a negative score.
Not joking.
All right.
Look what he did, Matthew. Look what he did to you, man.
What?
Look what he did.
What did he do?
I didn't
Look down.
Look at your name.
Look what he did to you, man.
I see LWM on my name.
Yeah, see, I didn't do anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so we'll start out with Mercer, and pick your poison, my friend.
I will take...
I see.
I will take name the Trek series from the character for 300.
Let me make that more accurate. How's that?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's better.
I will go 300 for name the Trek series. 300 middle, right in the middle.
Ensign Tauric
Toric or something like that. Yeah.
What is TNG?
That is
right.
Correct. Yes, very good.
Oh.
Lower Decks, the original.
Yep, Lower Decks. I love that episode.
Very good, my friend. Right off the bat with a good one. All right, and so now that takes us to Indy Tiger, your first pick on the board.
I will take the animated series for 100.
All right. Communications Officer Lieutenant Emrys is a member of this species.
It's what is Cation?
I will take that. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, but I will definitely take that because I can't.
Yeah, I think that's it. Good job.
And I'm sorry, but it's funny because sometimes she was voiced by Nichelle, sometimes by Majel, and I think Nichelle did a better job, but Majel did it more often.
Why did they not use Uhura?
They did. That's why I said they switched back and forth. They were the only two female voice actors on the show. They did like everybody, but for some reason, for Lieutenant Emrys, they kept switching between the two for no apparent reason.
No, I'm saying, why didn't they use the character of Uhura?
They did sometimes. They occasionally did.
She was in there. She actually took command of the ship in TAS.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
So Matthew, your first
I'll
pick.
take MCU quotables for 300.
Oh, Matthew, you sure you want to go that high?
Start off there.
All right, here we go. Trust my rage. So name the character that said that. Trust my rage. Just the character, not the movie. Who said trust my rage? All right, this is not a 100, so don't think obvious.
Obvious is definitely what I'm thinking right now, but if I shouldn't think obvious, oh, what the heck, I can only go so far negative. Who is the Hulk?
It is not the Hulk. All right, so that means that Mercer, would you like to take a shot at that?
I'd like to pass.
All right, and Indy, do you know who said that?
I'm going to guess Bruce Banner.
No, it is not Bruce Banner either. It would be...
Oh, that would have been a...
Loki.
Oh, that was my second choice. Damn it.
Loki telling Thor that, they didn't trust each other, but Loki was like, you can't trust me, but you can trust my rage. Because remember, they just killed Freya. And so, yeah, Loki was pissed. All right, so once again, Matthew starts out exactly how we knew he would. And Mercer, go ahead.
I will go name the Trek series from the character for 200.
All right. And by the way, I don't know if you put that in before or after, but please do not put answers in the chat. That's why we have a little warning at the bottom. Please don't do it because we don't want to accidentally give any hints to anybody. However, if you do want to participate, click on the link at the top and you can be in the next round, which I think we are doing one more round tonight. So you can participate in the final round, and possibly if Life with Matthew pulls off a miracle, you might go against him. You know, you never know. It's not going to happen, but you know.
Off to a strong start.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. What was it, Mercer?
Name the Trek series for 200.
All right. Ensign Vorik.
Pass.
All right. So, Indy.
That would be What is Voyager, played by the same guy.
Dang.
It's true.
Andy is on
I
fire.
thought about
There
that.
we go.
I thought, and I heard that the creator of the show said that they were brothers or something, and I just didn't. I wimped out.
Sorry, it's all right. All right. And, Indy, down. Come on. You got to come back from that embarrassment with Bruce Banner. What are you gonna pick?
Let's go with the animated series for 200.
All right. Once Upon a Planet is a sequel to this episode of TOS.
What is Shore Leave?
Very good, my
Nice.
friend. Indy Tiger on a roll. And so here we go. So Ken, Light with Matthew, duplicate his success from the first round. Matthew, what's it going to be?
I'll take Mystery Movie Night with Matthew for 200.
All right. So remember, this is a category specifically written about a live stream in which Matthew was present 100% for the entire live stream. I just want that clear. This is about a live stream called Mystery Movie Night with Matthew because Matthew was there, and therefore there is absolutely no reason that Matthew could possibly miss anything from this category.
Like to think that, wouldn't you?
Yes. As head of security, Happy has this exceptionally secure password.
What is password?
Very good.
That's the guy.
And look at that. Sounds like something Matthew would do. Which is also
It's so secure.
which is also very true. All right, so very good, Matthew. You get applause for that. I did not think you were going to
Nice.
actually get any right, so I'm impressed. Just for that, you get a 1 week reprieve on me bugging you about Nomad. So now Nomad is only about 18 months late.
Nomad. There's something about that name that resonates with me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you keep saying that, buddy. You keep saying. Remember, there are far worse things than pulling an eel out of a lady that I could come up with for you, all right? I'm just letting you know. All right, so, Mercer, your pick.
I'm going to go with name the Trek series for 500.
Ooh, going for the big bucks. Mercer's getting nervous because Indy's right behind him. All right, Lieutenant Chula.
Pass.
Indy.
I pass.
Matthew.
What is Deep Space Nine?
Holy moly!
Wow.
Yes!
He was the psychotic Vulcan. I believe it was the Daniel Boone reference.
Of course
or
you
David
would know
Crockett
the
reference.
psychotic Vulcan. That makes perfect sense.
Something about that really just... I love my crazy Vulcans. We talked about this on Discord this week.
I know they resonate with him.
They really do resonate with him. Well, what do you know? Matthew, okay, I swear, I don't think I've had my medication yet. Matthew is actually tied for first place.
Can I ask a question about the rules? Like,
Yeah.
if we get it wrong and it's our turn, do we lose double points? Or we
No,
just
you always only lose regular points.
Okay, just wanted to ask about that. Sorry.
No, it's all right. So that was a shocker, to be sure. Let's see, that was Mercer's pick, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that means it is now Indy's pick.
Animated series for 300.
He was the only actor from the main cast of TOS who did not return to voice his character for the animated series.
Who is Walter Koenig?
Very good, my friend. Indie Tiger is crushing that category.
I'm glad somebody else appreciates the animated series.
I tell you, the animated series is probably the most unappreciated run of Trek, I think, of all of them. It really is, because there's some really good storytelling there, even if it doesn't fit canonically very well. But I think there's just some awesome storytelling there. And if it wasn't for the fact that Matthew's seen it, I was thinking about putting it in after we finished with Invincible, but Matthew's already seen it, so oh well. Well, he claims to have seen it, but he claims to have seen dolphins in it, so, you know, whatever. All right, so speaking of dolphins, Matthew, your pick?
Yes. I'll do MCU quotables for 400.
Wow, you really? After what happened the first... Okay.
Getting bold now.
All right. Yeah,
We'll give it a go. It's got to be asked at some point.
We wait for 2 days for Tony Stark to kill us.
Who is Wanda? Wanda Maximoff, if you want me to be more precise.
Judges?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
That very good. So, yes.
And she did it with the worst accent possible.
Well, it depends on which time. If you're talking about, you know, but yes, the accent, not great. And let me get my shot ready because you actually pulled into the lead here. And you think I'm kidding? I got the needle right here.
I was actually worried for a minute because I tried to flex by getting the last name right. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have left it at Wanda because I don't know.
Do you have any cheese balls left?
I'm not having a cheese ball right now. No, there's no. I could not take a cheese ball and Matthew getting questions right at the same time. That would be like the apocalypse. Oh my goodness. All right, so. There's the alcohol pad. All right, we'll do the injection later. All right, next up is Mercer. Your pick.
I will pick 400 for Name the Trek series from the character.
Ston.
That would be what is Star Trek the original series?
That would be correct, sir. Very good. Mercer gets a big boost there. And Mercer is now tied with the slow idiot for first place. Never thought I would say that sentence in my life. Indie Tiger, your pick.
The animated series for 500.
Ooh, he's getting... This is going to be a game changer if he gets this one. In DS9, Kor recalls an old ship named This, which he commanded in the animated series.
Oh,
that's a good question.
Oh no!
Whoever wrote that is a pretty good.
I tell you, John is a great question master. I am.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you only hyped him up for about 3 weeks.
I've got to pass. Oh my god, that's
Matthew,
a great question.
Matthew, if you get this, I will apologize for calling you an idiot.
That means you got to erase the name and replace it with.
I would absolutely erase the name if he could get this one right, but I don't think.
I have to disappoint you. I got to pass. I don't remember ship names that well. Let's be honest.
Mercer.
Pass.
All right. It was the Klaus.
Oh god.
That was in the time trap.
All right. Yeah, that was. I get it. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. But
that's a good question, though.
Yeah,
thank you.
Almost that could have been a game changer. You put 1,000 points on that board, that would have been crazy. All right, so Matthew, your pick.
Oh, why don't we do MCU quotables for 200?
Right. There's only one God, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that.
Who is Captain America?
That would be correct. And in fact, one of my absolute favorite lines, I love that line, not just because of the fact that it's just something that Steve Rogers would absolutely say, but I like the fact that it was written by an atheist. And the reason I appreciate that is it shows me that that's a writer who cares more about writing the character accurately than inserting his own personal beliefs.
Yeah, I'm for that as a writer.
Yeah, so when you're writing, if you're, because like obviously if you had a staff writer from the Discovery, he would have said something like, well, the Bible says there's only one God, but that's all myth. And then, or something like that, it would have been just totally...
They're writing him in character. That's the thing about the first Avengers. It's very sharply written.
Well, that was actually from the Avengers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the first Avengers. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Right. When you said the first Avenger, I thought you meant...
No, I meant the first Avengers movie.
Gotcha. All right, so speaking of... well, I'm getting impressed. You're in first place again, Matthew. Man, is there something...
I went with the safe bet on that one.
All right, so... Mercer, your pick.
I'm going to pick Thomas the Tank's Shelf of Ships for 200.
All right. The name of this ship includes the time period you would find it in. Remember, this is what Eaglemoss calls it, not necessarily what they would call it in universe.
Pass.
All right, so Indy?
I pass.
Matthew, you going to take a stab at it?
No, pass.
I think I know. I think I know it's from the episode Marauders.
It's actually deceptively simple. It's a 22nd century bird of prey.
Oh.
It's that's sometimes that's Eaglemoss is just like it's the this it's very simple. All right, so and that takes us to Indy, right?
Yes.
Yes. The animated series for 400.
All right. This is a total number of episodes in the animated series.
Let's see.
And no, you're not going to sit here and just add them all up.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just trying to remember how many were in the first season, because I think I know how many were in the second season. I think there were, what is 29?
I'm sorry, sir. It was not 29. I am so sorry. Matthew, you want to take a stab at this one?
What is 22?
Holy Moses! Matthew!
How did you know that?
I recently was getting them all so that I could actually watch them, so...
So you're going to have to watch them on the...
I haven't watched one of them yet, but I know how many there were.
When you say getting them all, are you talking about legally?
No, he's talking about you playing them before the movie after Invincible ends. That's what he's talking about.
Well, but I thought you've already seen them, right?
No, he seems to not have seen them. That's my point.
Right, well, I'm trying to clarify.
But TAS, I haven't seen a single episode of TAS.
See, there you go. There you go,
Really,
Michael. You can play them in front of the movie now.
Okay, so well then, don't worry about it. We'll watch it after we're done with Invincible.
There we go.
Sweet.
So that's
they're short ones too. They're only like 20.
Yeah, so we could put like two episodes.
It's like watching He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Same animation team too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easy enough. All right. So I'm boy, this injection is going to feel good compared to this. All right. So all right, that was insane. So that makes it Matthew's board.
Yep, it is.
Now what's going to happen is Matthew's going to have this run of bad luck, and he's going to have with a score of like negative 5,000 or something. All right, Matthew.
Let's do movie night with Matthew for 300.
All right. To try to maintain Peter's secret identity, his friend Ned thinks up the European version of the Spider-Man with this name.
Who is Night Monkey?
Yes, indeed. What is Night Monkey, or who is Night Monkey? Definitely needs a spin-off. I loved Night Monkey. I absolutely did. I would love it. I want a Night Monkey action figure. I want I want the Night Monkey like they need to do like a Night Monkey animated show with really crappy animation. And like have it obviously dubbed from another language.
I want them to have in the upcoming movie a scene where Peter Parker puts on the black outfit and everyone's freaking out that night monkeys in America.
Well, it did look like in one brief clip of the trailer, it did look like he was wearing a black suit. And so I wonder if I didn't even think about it because people were speculating about, ooh, is that the black spider suit? You know, like for the Venom thing. And I didn't even think about maybe it's the night monkey suit, which would be hilarious because, you know, night monkey. All right. So amazingly, Matthew is on a freaking rampage.
We've got a ringer over here.
All right, yeah, I'm shocked. By the way, I am getting the needle ready here. All right, so, yeah. What's Mercer? Your pick.
I will go with Thomas's shelf of ships for 300.
All right. This quote-unquote Klingon ship will come in handy if you need to smash through something.
I have a guess, but I'm going to pass.
All right. Indy.
I'm going to pass.
And Matthew. If you know this one, Matthew, you're cheating.
Hold on. Google's not coming up with a recognition. I mean, no. Pass.
Can I guess the battering ram?
No, it's you're close though. It's called the Cleave ship.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't guess.
It is a ship just designed to ram things, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to guess the battering ram, but I just didn't have enough confidence to do that.
But yeah, that was another. Yeah, I thank you by the way for putting Klingon in quotation marks there.
Of course.
All right,
it's all in the phrasing.
All right, Indy, your pick.
Mystery movie night with Matthew for 400.
All right. Peter has a real Matthew moment when he attributes this song to Led Zeppelin instead of AC/DC.
Oh, crap. I just saw this last week.
Well, yeah, we all watched it last week.
I watched it again.
Oh, wow.
I have to pass. Damn it.
Matthew, do you remember this song?
What is Back in Black?
Holy crap! Matthew is on fire today.
It's the only AC/DC song I could think of.
Wow.
I guess it's better to be lucky than good.
Oh, man.
I really bet the farm on that one.
And you know, that was the perfect, like, if Matthew was a superhero, that was the moment right there. You know, when I love Led Zeppelin. All right. And by the way, I will say straight up, nobody is going to get the 500-point question. It's I know what that one is. And yeah, nobody is going to get that. If any of you get it, you just win the night.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's that tough. Anyway, so who asked that one? That was it Indy?
Yes.
Okay, so Matthew, you pick.
Oh, I'm not going to bury that lead. Mystery movie night with Matthew for 500.
Oh yeah, here we go.
This is the name of the town in the Netherlands that Peter gets stranded in. If anyone knows the answer, I'll be quite impressed. Now, that was written by John. And if John would be impressed if you know the answer, I'm telling you, you just win if you know the answer.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, you will have to
we're gonna pass. We're going to pass.
Yeah. All right. Mercer?
Pass.
Andy?
Definitely pass.
Yeah. Here it is. Good luck trying to tell me what that is. And why you even put that in as a question, I don't know. That was cruel, man. That was just cruel. All right.
It sounds like something from The Ninth Gate. You remember that movie, The Ninth Gate? It sounds like something from that movie.
Well, the funny thing is, we can all remember the scene where Peter's just asking, "Where am I?" and the guy's telling him, he's like, and just hands him the phone. You know, so.
Everyone is just so nice here.
All right, so
and it's a real city. It's not something they made up.
All right, Mercer.
I will take name the Star Trek series character for 100.
Ambassador Saval.
What is Star Trek Enterprise or Enterprise?
That is correct, sir. There we go.
He was featured in the Axanar scenes that I've seen.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason that they got in trouble.
Was it really?
Yeah, because they brought in actors from actual Trek productions. Yeah,
that's crazy that they got in trouble for that. I think it's awesome that they did it.
And, all right, so let's go to Indy.
MCU quotables for 100.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
Who is Bruce Banner?
No.
Is that the best moment in the franchise?
I wouldn't say the whole franchise.
I don't know. I mean, I think for that movie, I think the best. Well, it depends, like because
Hulk smash might be the best moment.
No. I mean, like most awesome moment, I think is still, even though it's in the trailer, the circle.
Yeah.
Everybody in the circle, and then Cap giving the orders for them to go around. But I mean, the best for me, the most fun moment was Hulk punching Thor, because that was so unexpected.
I liked Hulk smashing Loki into the ground about 30 times.
Yeah, that was fun too.
That was a good one.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to, that was Indy. So Matthew.
Oh, let's do MCU quotables for 500.
All right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move, it is your duty to plant yourself like a tree. Look at them in the eye and say, no, you move.
That's not... Okay, so it has to be the person who said it in the movie,
No,
not in the comics.
just the person. Yeah.
In the movie, yes.
These are all in movies, yes.
Who is... First name. I gotta say first name because there's two Carters. Who is Sharon Carter?
Amazing.
I don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say. Okay, I'm just gonna give myself a shot now. This is gonna be painful, but not as painful as listening to Matthew win this.
Matthew cleans house. Did you have any alcohol tonight, Matthew?
I haven't.
Maybe you should. All right, let's see.
Vile, yes, my Google foo is strong.
Uh-huh.
No.
That's why he has the camera off.
Do you have any blood wine?
I don't.
All right.
Yes, you're probably right, Thomas.
All right, gave myself my shot. Just for you, Matthew. That was lovely. And I don't know how you're doing it. I don't. I mean, I think that we're all kind of shocked. I think John is,
yes, flabbergasted.
You know, are you alone right now?
I am.
Amy's not helping you?
Uh-huh. No. I think I'm alone now.
Piano D should play this game once in a while. You know, that would be fun.
Right, so, Mercer.
I will go Thomas the Tank's Shelf of Ships for 500.
All right, Thomas the Tank Shelf of Ships for 500. If you cough up some phlegm, you might make a sound similar to the name of this ship.
Pass. I have no idea what that is. It looks like an Insecticon from Transformers.
Yeah, Mouthpiece does not think you are the real Matthew. All right. So,
and sorry at Thomas Potts. I am at Thomas Potts, like I'm typing. Wow. Sorry, Thomas. I'm not going to turn on my camera. I'm not dressed for a camera.
Were you naked?
I am not naked.
Well, then...
He's just not wearing a tie, so obviously he can't show his face, you know, because he's wearing a tie.
That's half naked right there, yeah.
Nice. All right, so...
He's wearing a Wonder Woman outfit.
Yeah, they're gonna be wondering. All right, so Indy, did you guess yet?
No, I'm gonna pass.
All right, Matthew, you want to take a shot at the Flem ship?
Goodness, no.
All right, so
I don't
it's
know
the
ship names.
class. That is the
What is that ship from, even?
Look at it.
Guess.
It's obviously from Discovery.
Okay, it really looks like Bombshell from Transformers.
No, it looks like a Discovery Klingon ship. That's what it looks like. All right.
Now, how many of these ships actually appear on camera?
All of them.
Yeah.
Really?
They don't.
Does
they
Eagle
don't-
Moss do any ships that are only
No,
textbook
Eagle Moss
ships?
does do non-canonical ships occasionally, but all the ones that I think are in this week are canonical on-screen
Right.
ships. So yeah. All right. So Indy, your turn.
Let's take Thomas the Tank Shelf of Ships for 100.
All right. This type of ship shows up several times in TNG and DS9.
What is the Vorcha class?
I don't know. What is the Vorcha class? That's a good question, but that is, in fact, a Vorcha class. All right, Matthew, you want?
Do you like the Vorcha class?
You want
Yeah,
Michael?
just the 100. That's yeah.
All right. Jon Favreau returns to portray this character.
Who's happy?
Judges?
It's his last name.
Happy has a last name?
He sure does.
I don't know. I could make a guess, but
All right, so
no, I have to make a guess because I started to say it, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's true.
Hogan. That's my guess.
Yes,
Happy
is-
Hogan.
It is Happy Hogan.
You pulled it out.
I'm like, maybe Hulk Hogan. I hope I'm not crossing those wires.
No, you did fine. All right, so that means that for Indy, don't overthink the designation of this ship seen in Enterprise.
What? Oh, is that the? That's the Delta Warp. What is the Delta Warp?
I'm sorry.
No. Matthew?
Pass.
And Mercer?
Pass.
What is the Klingon transport?
We're all overthinking it.
Yeah, and that's why it says don't overthink it. Just look, there's a little Klingon logo. It's a transport ship. Yeah. So I don't even know what to say. Mercer, you did well with 1,600. I mean, that's like your second highest score of the night. Indy, 1,100, not a bad score, but somehow Mr. Slow Idiot Life with Matthew got 4,400. I am just like, holy crap, don't know what happened. But Matthew
was amazing.
just, completely blew you guys away. But good job.
Good job, Matthew.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Matthew.
good job.
Thank
though,
you, but
to
let's be honest, guys. I got lucky with a couple passes to get me up to this score.
Well, I'm not entirely convinced you're not a robot. I mean, you do like to program things. Like, I know you program poop extractors for a living. So I'm thinking that you may have programmed an AI to simply mimic you and answer trivia questions.
Error query response not found.
Yeah. Maybe you've been doing that instead of getting Nomad ready.
Very likely.
Yeah, I think that's entirely possible. All right, Matthew, so you get to stick around. But Indy Tiger and Mercer, unfortunately, guys, just didn't cut the mustard. All right, there is room for one more contestant. We have one guy in the backstage now, but there's room for one more contestant. So the first person to join in is going to make it on with Matthew and our other contestant, but I'm waiting for you guys. Come on. Somebody join in. I know we got a brave soul here, and let me get the next.
How do I get out?
You can just exit there. I'll boot you out of here. Remove. There we go.
And Skirwish Scar 2322. Yes, I program PLCs for living.
Oh, is that what you call the poop extractors?
Well, that's what I call the things that control the poop extractors, yeah.
Okay.
A programmable logic controller.
Which is why you should be a Turdistani, you know. I mean, come on. You program poop extractors for a living, and you're Karogan? How did that happen?
Life is mysterious.
Yeah, but it just doesn't make any sense. Come on, somebody needs to join in. Come on, we need one more contestant. Somebody step up to the plate.
Do it. Do it.
Unless you want them to go against John DeMarco, but John's just, he wrote the question, so that wouldn't be very fair. And well, let me see. So while we're waiting for someone to get brave, I'll stop that screen. Matthew, what did you think of all the announcements on Strange New Worlds while I'm getting the next?
Oh, would you be surprised to know I haven't watched those trailers yet?
No,
I would not be surprised.
Not at all.
No, the most I saw was Bird's video in which he had an aneurysm when it clicked with him.
Noonien Singh.
When he's like, "Wait a minute, Spock was there,"
Yeah.
Which was just perfect. I loved it.
But okay, outside of and that is a fair point. That whoever the young Miss Noonien Singh is, it does seem really weird that how could she be there if and there we go, we have a third contestant. Thank you. As we get so player one is now.
And beyond that, it looked like the standard lineup that I would expect from this new Trek.
Well, and I honestly, I think it looks all right. I do. But since you haven't watched it, it's hard to really discuss how it feels, because obviously if you just get like someone's reaction to it, you just get a feeling how they feel about it, which is not the same as watching it and getting a feel for it based on the actual material, you know. And so I think it was a lot more positive than what we've gotten out of
I'm ready for JeopNERDy.
Hey, how you doing, Admiral? And number one sci-fi is back. How you doing?
Welcome.
So amazingly, Matthew's back for. I don't know how that happened.
I don't see if it was a fluke or not.
Yeah, we're gonna find out now. This is where we find out. And so now we got Matthew will be first, and then Admiral Saval, and then number one. All right,
Okay.
So the rules are the same. Everybody knows them. Let's make this happen. All right, so Life with Matthew. Go ahead, pick your poison. Same categories, new questions.
Oh, we'll start with Mystery Movie Night with Matthew for 200.
Mystery Movie Night with Matthew for 200. It appears that Nick Fury doesn't like when people bring up the name of this character.
Who is Captain Marvel?
That is correct. Good job, my friend.
I was actually paying attention.
Yes, I'm impressed. I didn't think he
Yeah.
was actually watching. I thought he was like, snoozing the whole time. So, hey, shows what I know. All right, so on the board right away, Admiral Saval, go ahead and pick your poison.
Name the Trek series from the character for 300.
All right, going for the middle, Sorella.
Deep Space Nine.
Dang, you just knew that one, didn't you? All right, so what is deep? Oh, wait, you didn't ask in the form of a question, but
What is DS9?
Right. You get one mulligan, so I will let you have that, but don't do it again. If you do it again, you will lose points. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So, good job, though, on the answer. And number one sci-fi, your go.
Yeah, name character 200.
Name a character for 200. Duras, son of Tural.
What is the next generation?
It is not
Nope.
the next generation.
What is Enterprise?
It's not your turn.
Yeah. Live with Matthew.
I feel crappy for doing this.
You're Krogan. So.
You're a Krogan, and you program poop extractors, so feeling crappy is what you do for a living.
It is, but what is Enterprise?
That is correct, sir.
But Admiral, if you hadn't said that, I would have gone the wrong way. Just so you know. Being honest.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hey, I've watched every series this year from beginning to end, even though season 4 of Enterprise was, 3 was cringe.
Well, I like 3 and 4 of Enterprise, to be honest, but I'm not here to debate that. We're here to move on. So, let's see. That was number 1, sci-fi. So, yeah, remember, Admiral Saval, if somebody misses it, you don't get to blurt out the answer. We go in the same order. And so, yeah, you want to be careful because you just handed the answer to Matthew by accident. He probably would have passed it, and then you would have gotten it. And so, speaking of Matthew, it is now your pick.
We'll do MCU quotables for 200.
Alrighty. Well, there's a chance you might be in the wrong business, Rogers.
I'm gonna pass.
All right, Admiral, do you know who said that?
No.
All right, so you pass?
Yes.
All right. Number 1, sci-fi.
Pass.
All right. That would be Black Widow. When they were driving in the car, she was telling that to Cap. All right. So let us move on. So, Admiral, it is your pick.
Name the Trek series from the character 500.
On for the big money. Nagra.
What is the next generation?
No, it is not the next generation. So, number 1, sci-fi.
Pass.
All right, live with Matthew. Any idea?
What is DS9?
That is correct.
You got it.
Deep Space Nine is where you will find Mr.
They all
Nagra.
actually did have the House of Nogra in Enterprise, you know.
He looks a lot like me.
Well, even if they have the House of No Great Enterprise, this character did not appear in Enterprise.
The goatee and the hair?
Yeah, I'm just saying, if I just crinkle my forehead a little bit, that's pretty much me. Just saying. All right, so let's see. That was Admiral Saval, correct? So I think we are now on number one.
Name character 100.
All right. Duras, son of Gerard.
Okay, I guess this must be what is the next generation.
That would be correct. And that's where I said that was such a dirty move on you to put both Durases in back-to-back questions. Oh, man, that was so wrong, man. But I got you. That's where you really got me with that, because I was like, wait, we answered wait, what? And so
now the main Duras had good crazy eyes.
Yes, but nobody has crazy eyes like Gowron.
True.
Nobody has crazy eyes like Gowron. All right, so Matthew, your pick.
Let's do MCU quotables for 300.
I knew I should have stretched.
Pass. No, I got nothing for that one.
Really? You don't know?
No.
All right.
No, that's
Admiral Saval.
What is?
I got a guess, but I think I'd miss it.
All right. You got it, Admiral Saval, or
Yeah.
what is it?
Peter Parker.
No,
What
it is
is-
not Peter Parker, my friend. And number one, any idea on this one?
No, I'll pass.
All right, it is Hawkeye.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't say anything. I was gonna guess Black Widow. I'm like,
All
no. Don't even try.
No.
If only he had stretched, he could have beaten Vision.
Yeah. Which, yeah, sure, you would have beaten Vision if you had stretched with your no superpowers. All right. So, that's like. All right. So that means it's Admiral Saval's pick now.
Name the character for 4.
All right. Crass.
Isn't he the adjudicator from Star Trek Enterprise?
Is that your final answer?
I can't help
Yes.
you. Is that you? So is that you gonna phrase it?
What is Star Trek Enterprise?
It is not
No.
Star Trek Enterprise. I'm sorry, sir. And number 1 sci-fi.
Pass.
Live with Matthew.
What is Star Trek: The Original Series?
Holy Moses! I
Well,
cannot
very good.
believe you got that one. All right, so you got me on that one, Matthew. I didn't think anyone was going to get that one because it's funny because he's the one that I always just know as Klingon because they just call him Klingon, So,
But he has that good beard with the no mustache.
It's true.
Yeah, but they just call him Klingon.
Did they really?
Yeah, in the episode, they just keep calling him Klingon. It's really annoying. All right, so that was Admiral Saval. So number 1.
Animated series for 100.
While they were present on the Enterprise D, members of this type of aquatic mammal did not appear in the animated series, despite what Matthew says.
Who are those fish dudes?
Now, if you do pass this, I guarantee you Matthew will get this one. There is no way he could miss this one.
Man, I can't think of their name. I'll have to pass, unfortunately.
All right, Matthew, what are they?
Oh, what is a dolphin?
You got it.
You were overthinking it, number
about
1.
the animated series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was some race. Or
No,
something.
Matthew was actually convinced there were dolphins on the animated series because some guy put a YouTube video up where he edited in dolphins in the animated series.
Oh, okay.
And he found an animation of a dolphin that fits that era of art perfectly. So I'm like, oh, okay, there's dolphins. Yeah, why not? Why not? Because there's not. That's why not, apparently.
Exactly.
All right, Matthew, your pick.
Oh, let's do movie night with Matthew for 300.
All right. Tony leaves behind a pair of glasses which serves as an interface for Edith, which stands for this.
What is Even Dead, I'm the Hero?
Very, very good. I'm just, yes, I'm blown away, Mr. Poop Extractor. That's impressive. All right, so yes, Even Dead, I'm the hero. I keep thinking Even in Death, but it is Even Dead, I'm the hero is the correct.
I almost said that.
Yeah.
I almost said even. I'm like, wait. There's no in.
Yep, because you got to look at the acronym. It doesn't, yeah. So, very good. So, Admiral Saval.
The animated series for 4.
The only times that we see Lieutenant Uhura assume command of the Enterprise occurs in the animated series. It first happened in this episode. And Thomas wants you impeached for this, Matthew.
I'm thinking. What is the time trap?
It is not the time trap. Number 1.
Pass.
Matthew.
Pass.
It is the Lorelei signal. Because all the men were under the spell of the sirens, and so the women had to take over the ship. And so and then next up, that was Admirals of Also number 1, your pick.
Animated series 200.
Alrighty. Ensign Walking Bear, yeah, suck on that, Chakotay, played an important role in this episode.
Shoot. Can't remember what episode he was in. Pass.
Matthew?
Nope. Pass.
Admiral.
One sec. One sec.
Hey, you're not looking it up, are you?
No.
All right.
Sharper than a serpent's tooth. What is sharper than a serpent's tooth?
Judges?
Yeah, I think it's close enough.
All right.
And yes, just another reminder, no correct answers in the chat, please.
Yeah. And mods, if you see someone putting answers in the chat, please time them out because we don't want that. All right, good job, Admiral. And let's get back to, let's see, who picked that one? That was, I got lost now. Whose turn is it?
That was me.
Okay, so that means Matthew, you're bored.
No, I'm not bored at all. Let's do Mystery Movie Night with Matthew for 400.
Peter assures MJ this never lies. He's young. Cut him some slack.
I know it.
No, I'm gonna pass.
You gonna pass? Really?
But
you laughed hysterically when he said it.
I know, but I think I'm gonna get the exact detail wrong, and you gotta be exact.
All right, Admiral.
No.
No, you mean pass?
Pass. Yeah.
Number 1.
Pass.
All right. What is the news? You just said the news never lies.
I was caught between the news and the internet. I'm like,
Yeah, I was caught between the same.
Wow, bunch of turkeys around here. I think we might have. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we're gonna have to take away the ability to pass next week to make it more interesting?
We might end up with a lot of negative scores then.
Yeah, I know, but it might be more. Well, I don't know. We'll have to do something, or maybe make it so you can only pass a limited number of times.
oh, I'd be screwed.
Oh, you gotta come up with something, or maybe like you can only pass. I don't know. We'll have to think of something. All right, so let's see, who are we with? That was Matthew.
I just picked that one. Yeah.
So Admiral, your pick.
TAS for 5.
In this episode, Bem, this fact about Captain Kirk is mentioned on screen for the first time.
Shit, I know this, but I can't remember the episode. Because I just
No.
watched it
We're not
last
asking
night.
for the episode. We're asking for the fact. The episode is Bem. That's the episode. See in the quotes?
Oh.
In the episode Bem, this fact about Captain Kirk is mentioned on screen for the first time.
He's the only one to pass the no-win scenario. He is the only person to pass the no-win scenario.
That is not correct, sir. Number 1.
Pass.
Matthew.
Pass. Nope.
Really? You guys
I don't know anything about the animated series. Remember, I think dolphins are in it.
That's true.
You don't know anything about Captain Kirk either.
His middle name is Tiberius. They say his middle name is Tiberius.
See, if I had been forced to guess, I would have said, like, he has a son.
Nope.
That would have been my best guess for some random factoid about Kirk.
He drove a Corvette, you know.
Yeah.
Can't believe I missed that, since I just watched the damn episode last night.
All right, so...
Oh, now Mercer says an interesting one. You couldn't pass on your own question, maybe.
Well, except that then, I mean, you can't... Then nobody would ever pass. Because if you can't pass on your own question, it would never get passed to you, which means that no one would ever pass.
Well, you'd get it wrong. And then the next person would get a chance, and the next person could pass because it wouldn't be their question.
I see.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, we could think of something. Yeah, we'll come up with something to reduce the number of passing. Yeah, because I think that might be a better way to do it. That the person asking if it's your turn, you're either going to gain points or lose points. And then but if you get it wrong, then it's the other persons can pass because we don't want to penalize them because you screwed up. So I could see that. That's actually not a bad one, Mercer. That would force people to guess when it's their turn, and also reduce the amount of people who strategically just pick the toughest questions right at the beginning to get them off the board. So that's actually probably not a bad idea. All right, so where were we? Whose turn is it? Who picked the last one?
Was it Admiral Sabal who picked the last one? I believe.
Okay, well, the number one?
All right. Finish up animated series, I guess.
All right. According to the counterclock incident, Robert April was the first captain of the Enterprise, while his wife, Sarah, filled this position, which, of course, was a complete violation of all protocol for her to be serving on a starship under his command, and thus Captain Robert April was dismissed from the service and disgraced for the rest of his life.
I know this, and
goofing around. Well, I'll pass, but I would say goofing around. I would say.
Don't guess, because you're passing. You got to let them take their shot at it. All right, so Matthew?
I'm going to predictably pass on a TAS question.
And Admiral?
What is the executive officer?
That is incorrect. And what were you going to guess there, number one?
I was just going to say, the corny answer of the captain's woman, but
No, it was medical officer.
Oh, okay, wow.
But yeah, that's a breach of so many protocols. I mean, having your spouse as your doctor, there's a lot of issues right there. Think about it. Your spouse can prescribe you medications. You have confidentiality issues, stuff like that. Reporting issues. Like your spouse being able to fill out psychological reports on you. There's a lot of issues there. Then you have the fact that your spouse is your boss.
Was he just a medical officer or the chief medical officer? There's a difference.
Either one doesn't matter because
her exact line was first medical officer.
So she was the chief medical officer.
But I assume that's what it means.
Yeah, but either way, it doesn't matter because he's still her superior officer since he's the captain of the ship. Because everybody on that ship, if he's the captain of the ship, she should. The captain can't be married to someone on the ship.
And if Starfleet assigned her to his ship, then that was not a very good decision.
Yeah. All right, Matthew, your pick.
Let's do my movie nights for 500.
Yes, let's. These three initials can be seen on Peter's suitcase.
A pass.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Admiral?
No clue.
Number one.
Pass.
It's a
Like
tough one.
I would guess it was his uncle's initials.
Yes.
You guessed correctly.
But I would not have any idea what that middle initial is.
Yeah, that's the problem, is guessing the middle one. It is BFP. Because I'm Ben F. and Parker, yo. You know.
Ben Franklin Parker.
That might. I don't know. That might be it. But I honestly don't know what his middle name is. All right. So, Admiral Saval, your pick.
Let's go MCU quotables for 4.
I know who you are, boy, because you're me.
Damn. Why did I do that? Pass.
Number 1.
Pass.
Matthew.
I know his face. He has the arrow. Does he have more than one name, though?
Well, I would accept me if you could give me one of his names.
Yeah,
Wait.
because I don't know if they
Can I give you
even,
any one of his names?
Well, I mean,
say his last name in the movie.
I mean, his first name. He has a last name. They say it like one time, I think.
Okay.
First or last name.
Who is Yondu?
Yeah,
that's correct.
Slash, who is Mary Pippins, y'all?
Yeah.
Or Mary Poppins, y'all?
Mary Pippins! Mary freaking Pippins! I'm taking away all your points for getting Mary Poppins wrong. You said Mary Pippins.
I didn't say Mary Pippins. I was trying to say Mary Poppins, but
no,
Pippins
at least,
came out.
No, I'll say this. At least I know it's really you.
That's true.
See,
I'm
and this is
Mary
exactly
Pippins,
why
yo.
I get the reputation for not knowing it, because it's right in my head. I'm thinking Mary Poppins, say the joke, I'm Mary Poppins, y'all, and then out comes Mary Pippins. You know, my brain's over there, you know, flipping through some files like, I'm sorry, what was that?
Now I'm picturing Mary and Pip running through the fields in Lord of the Rings, going, "I'm Mary Pippins, yo!"
Or you know, they're trying to sneak into a movie theater.
Peter
They got the big
Venkman
trench
Mandela.
coat on, and
I'm
what's your
right in the
name?
middle
Mary
of something.
Pippins.
Ray.
Mary Pippins. We're Mary Pippins.
And Peter Venkman just donated $1 and said, "I'm right in the middle of something, Ray." Thank you. Oh man, I'm Mary Pippins, yo. Oh man, that's just going to be the quote of the night, I think. All right, there we go. Thank you for that, Matthew. And I believe that let's see, who picked that one? Was that Admiral or number 1? Who picked the MCU quotables?
Me.
Was it you, Admiral? Okay, so number 1, your pick.
Okay. Shoot. MCU 500. Might as well get rid of it.
Right. As long as Mary Pippins ain't in it. All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys just put the word quantum in front of everything?
One of the best quotes in the MCU.
I love that. That one is like, yeah. Yeah, Track Reviewer confirms Memory Alpha calls Sarah April the chief medical officer.
Okay. Yeah, pass.
All right, Matthew, you know this one? I mean, you're doing surprisingly well with the MCU, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, who is Ant-Man?
That is correct.
Got it.
Oh, thank goodness.
And I do love the fact that the next Ant-Man movie is called Quantum Mania. So that, and I think it was inspired by this line of dialogue. So, you know.
Now, I'm glad you guys are giving that to me. I think that you need to improve this category or make it harder, such that you have to say the correct name for it, because he's not in his Ant-Man outfit. He's just Scott Lang right now. So technically, yes, Ant-Man said it, but like I don't know. because I couldn't think of his name.
Think
That's
about
why
this, Matthew. You got it on a pass, so it's not that easy. You just happen to be good at this category.
I mean, I can make it harder if you want, but yeah. I didn't think it was that easy.
Well, I guess I don't mean to say easy. I mean like
he'll make it harder next time.
Ratchet it up.
Yeah. Well, we got you. We got you. Make it impossible. Got it. All right.
Yep.
So now it's actually your turn, Matthew.
Oh, how about we do mystery movie night with Matthew for one?
If you miss this one, I'm going to laugh so hard. All right. Spider-Man and Mysterio fight what seems to be a fire elemental in this city.
Oh, shoot.
He's going to miss it. He is going to miss it. He gets all the hard ones.
They did Water in Venice, and then they went to... What is Paris?
No, it is not Paris.
Shanghai, I think.
All right, so Admiral Saval, your pick. What is it?
What is Shanghai?
No, sir.
No.
Your chance to steal number one.
Yeah, pass. I can't think of that.
It is the city that every single movie visits when they go to Europe, Prague. Because everybody has to go to Prague. Why not?
They end in Paris, though, right?
No, they were going to go to Paris.
He just wanted to go to Paris.
They wanted to go to Paris, but they got diverted to Prague.
Okay. I knew Paris was in there somewhere, somehow.
Yeah. And then they ended up in London, which is where the big fight happened. All right, so Admiral Saval, your pick.
100.
For which category?
Quotables.
All right. Bring me Thanos.
Who is Thor?
Very good, sir.
You got it.
Yes, indeed.
That was a lucky guess.
But I love that. That was that when he has Stormbringer like that with the lightning flowing on it like a liquid. I love that. That is such a cool effect. All right. And so now we just have Thomas Tank's shelf of ships for the rest of the game. That was Admiral Saw. Number one, pick your amount.
Might as well go 500.
All right. In Empire Strikes Back, ships with the same description were assigned 2 X-Wings as escort. In other words, this has the exact same name as the ships that the X-Wings were escorting in Empire Strikes Back. Exact same name.
Yep.
The exact same name.
Which I never would have guessed if Thomas hadn't told me.
Yeah. Like, think about what you would call it in Empire Strikes Back and just call it that.
That was the what?
You told me the name of the ship, Thomas, but that's what I meant.
Dang. Yeah, dang, I can't think of it. Pass.
Right.
I think I know it, but pass.
Matthew, you got a guess?
What is a transport carrier?
No, it is not a transport carrier. You're not that far off, but Admiral Saval.
Darn it.
Pass. I have no clue.
It is. You guys are going to kick yourself.
Transport.
What is a rebel transport?
Darn it.
What is a...
I thought rebel transport was too on the nose.
And that's what I said the exact same name. The exact same name. I didn't say vary it just a little bit. No, it's the exact same name.
I thought it was too on the nose for Star Wars. Like, it's not a rebel transport. It's a transport carrier being used by the rebels.
Yeah. But
no. Yeah, well, that's what it is.
It's a rebel transport, yeah. Yeah. All right. So, Matthew, pick a dollar amount.
400. Let's go.
According to Core, his old ship, the Kothos, was this class. So, what class ship is this?
Pass.
It's a pass class. Admiral Saval?
What is the D5 Raptor?
Very good. It is a D5 indeed. Good job, my friend. And Admiral Saval, pick a number.
3.
This Klingon ship was first seen in the finale of TNG and given its name in DS9.
What is the Negvar? Meaning strong one.
Very good.
Nice.
Admiral Saval is almost up to 0. Good job, Admiral. And number 1.
Go with 200.
Yet another Klingon design on Discovery that looks nothing like the ship it was named for.
And by the way, this ship is presented in STO2. If you play that game.
No. Pass.
Okay. Matthew, what is this Klingon design that looks nothing like the ship it was named for?
I go. Pass.
Huh?
Pass.
What is the sock class?
The sock
bird
class?
Prey.
What do you think, boss?
Yeah, I didn't even know it had that other name, so yeah, I think it's
we'll
fine.
Just go. It's just called Bird of Prey, so good.
Seriously?
Yep. That's Bird of Prey and Discovery, yes.
Yeah, that's good. Bird of Prey.
They say so.
All right, and Matthew, you get, despite it being called a warbird on screen, yeah, really stupid, Eagle Moss refers to the ship by this more fitting name.
Is a D7 cruiser?
No, sir. It is not a D7 cruiser. And you didn't ask in the form of a question anyway, so you lost.
I said what is.
No, you said is it. That's not what it is. You said, is it a D7 cruiser? Yeah, that is technically a question, but it's not how you're supposed to ask it. But it doesn't matter. It's not a D7. Admiral Saval?
1 sec.
What do you mean 1 sec? You're not looking it up, are you?
No,
right.
I flipped to... What is the D7?
No, that's what Matthew just said. It is not a D7. All right, so...
Are you sure? I think we're all convinced it's the D7, so I think I should get honorary points.
Number 1.
Eagle Moss disagrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I have to pass since it's not a D7.
It is the Klingon battle cruiser Kelvin Timeline. That's what Eagle Moss calls it. The actual on-screen name is the Klingon Warbird. Which is really stupid.
Yeah.
That really pissed me off when they said that, because it's like, oh, so they don't know the difference between Klingons and Romulans. Thank you. You know, and it's like, it just pissed me off. But good game, kind of. Number 1 finishes with a nice round 0. Admiral Saval almost got back to 0, and Poop Extractor somehow managed to win 2 games in a row, showing that it was not just a total coincidence or just a random convergence. Apparently, he's kind of good at this.
Now, Indy is saying it is a D7.
No, it's not a D7. It would be the original design that you would find in the Prime universe from the original series is the D7. The updated version in the Prime universe is called a Katinga. The Kelvin Timeline version is called a Warbird on screen, and the Eagle Moss version is actually called Klingon Battlecruiser Kelvin Timeline, which was the question.
And I actually messed up the one before that. It was the Imsala class bird of prey.
It doesn't matter. The Eagle Moss, it was just called a bird of prey. So you just,
Indy was joking with us. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, and the thing is, like, yeah. It just... that was one of those things. So, good job, Matthew.
Yes.
Shockingly. I don't know what to say. What happened?
Well, you know, time for sentences that Matthew says that makes no sense, but I say them anyway. I'm really, really good at remembering details. I just mix it all up.
But it doesn't make sense.
So I can get 80% of anything, more or less. It's just that last 20% I mess up. Like, I'm Mary Pippins, y'all. It just comes out wrong, leaving my mouth.
You're Kronos. I am speechless. I'm just no. I don't think it's cheating. I don't. I know Matthew well enough to know that even though he is Krogan, he's not a cheater. And so, that would be if Bird. Yes, absolutely. Bird would cheat. Bird would do anything he could, underhanded, whatever, to try and win. But no, Matthew, I don't think would cheat. And because of his screw-ups, Mary Pippin specifically, I'm pretty sure he's not a program bot. So,
unless I'm a really well-programmed bot.
Yeah, you would have to be. You would have to be Daystrom level programming in order to you literally have to be Matthew's engrams put into a computer core and then added in all the knowledge of Trek somehow.
He's on the Matthew 5.
Yes. So good job, Matthew. Next week we're going to have some fun because next week we're going to be watching a double feature to prove to Matthew that Star Trek 3 is better than Star Trek 5. So you better get your nap on next week because you're gonna watch them and you're gonna see.
But where else do you get the song "Row, Row, Row Your Boat"?
I don't care about row your boat.
Well, maybe Matthew does.
Matthew,
I don't care about row. I mean, I care about it in that it does show them actually being like true to who they were in TOS.
Really, when in TOS did they ever sing row your boat?
No, that camaraderie they have is
camaraderie.
Yeah, you know what? When did they ever say, you know what? I'm going to go on vacation with you guys.
James Kirk, $1. Matthew,
I can see
I'm
Shore
laughing
Leave.
at the superior intellect.
No. Actually, Shore Leave is a perfect example. They all split up. You don't go on vacation with the people that you work with.
Later.
Clearly it was a team building exercise.
No.
Apparently that statement was so dumb from me, it drove Admiral Saval away.
You
so
did.
It's hard to blame him.
Yeah, you made him mad.
And Matthew probably likes marshmallows too.
You like marshmallows?
Why do you like marshmallows?
They taste great.
By the way, I think Matthew might be in the chat in the sock account because somebody just said, "Can we all agree that Star Trek 4 is the worst?"
And James T. Kirk donated $1, thank you, and says that Matthew, I'm laughing at the superior intellect. Well, you're definitely not laughing at Matthew then. Well, of course, he did win 2 games in a row, so no, but so there's the and I know you've never served in the military, but if you do serve in the military, especially in the Navy, what you don't do when you get to when you get home, because keep in mind, we're not talking about getting to a space station where everybody can take a break. We're not talking about getting to a shore leave planet where everybody can beam down for a few hours. We're talking about getting home to Earth, where your family is, where your friends are, right? What you don't do is go camping with the people you work with, right? But what do we get? We get Kirk, Spock, and McCoy setting up a campsite. We get Sulu and Chekhov setting up a campsite. We get everybody hanging out together. Nobody actually, even though in Star Trek 6 we found out that Sulu had a family. Why was Sulu hanging out in the woods with Chekhov? Why wasn't he with his family making his daughter that apparently was about the right age to where he should be married?
Well, you know, maybe in the future, since they've gotten rid of money and things like that, they're more evolved and they like the people they work with. Except that Decker guy. Screw that Decker guy.
Well, that Decker guy.
Wow,
the Decker guy's the one guy you can argue is evolved, because he literally evolved into a higher level of being right in front of him.
Yeah.
Matt Decker?
Yeah,
Yes.
Him and
well, I think we're talking about different Deckers here.
I think we are. I'm talking about the crazy Matt Decker.
Oh, you're talking about Matt Decker. Matthew. I'm sorry, Matthew. Yes, Life with Matthew Decker. Sorry. I was thinking about his son.
No. The one who went crazy face and drove.
Which, by the
into
way, if you read the novelization by Alan Dean Foster, Decker in the motion picture is the son of Matt Decker.
Well, everybody knew that.
Yeah, which I think
he's the one that died, didn't he? And Scotty was real sad about. And
no, that was Peter. That was Peter Preston.
Wrong movie, Matthew.
Yeah, and now it's Star Trek 2, not Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Wasn't there a guy who at the very beginning of Star Trek 1, the motion picture, someone...
And then...
Wait, when was the last time you've seen any of the original Star Trek films?
I was a teenager.
Oh my gosh.
And then don't forget that...
Okay, forget what I said. We're not going to watch the double feature. We're just going to watch Star Trek the Motion Picture.
There you go.
We're going to just start with Star Trek 1, and we're going to work our way through all 6 films. So, because, dude, you are so off.
So which one am I? Because I know the event.
Don't worry about which one is which. You're going to watch them all, because you don't know. If you can't tell the difference between Star Trek the Motion Picture and Star Trek 2, you got issues.
Thomas is saying he was Scotty's nephew. Was Thomas, was he in TMP?
No.
So who are you thinking of from TMP?
Yeah, I'm not. I think because Decker was in TMP.
Yes.
Okay, so the one I'm thinking of is Scotty's nephew.
Right, that was in Star Trek 2.
Okay.
Now we need to make a spoof of Trek show called Start Life with Matthew Decker.
And Professor Bernie Specs is saying we need to watch the director's edition of TMP.
Yes.
That'd be good.
I think
I can provide that, yes.
Yeah, I think I do have the director's edition.
Now we need to make a spoof Trek show called Life with Matthew Decker.
Wait, you have
I rented it, but I haven't watched it yet, so I won't watch it. I will wait for the movie night.
Oh, you on what service did you rent it?
I rented it on Amazon.
Okay.
It was like $99.
It was like $99.
$2.99.
Okay.
Like $2.99.
So you don't even own them?
Let's see. The one that I own, of the original series, mind you, is The Voyage Home, and that's the VHS.
Wow.
It's been that long since he's watched it, apparently.
It's the one I grew up with. I would watch The Voyage Home all the time.
Yeah, but...
Because he's in the whales, don't
But he thinks it's terrible, though, so go figure.
Yeah, why do you hate dolphins? I'm so confused.
Well, see, you guys have misunderstood something here. I love The Voyage Home. But when I talked about how I graded it, I graded it on the overall construction of a movie, and then I said, and how well does it fit with the characters for Star Trek? So 4, I love. It's campy. It's hilarious. But the characters are goofball versions of themselves, except for Scotty. Scotty's on point.
You see, in Star Trek 4, I thought they were perfectly in character, but they were out of character in Star Trek 5. And for a large part of the movie.
I'm just kind of confused as to how you can... I mean, you like when I tell you, and you missed it, of course, but in the first panel of the questions, There were actually a couple of questions about the fact that you had no idea that I had edited the trailer for Star Trek 2.
All that, yes.
And because there were several clips that I added to the Star Trek 2 trailer from Star Trek 3, and you just had no idea. I thought it was obvious. You know,
nope. Went right over my head.
Which, that was so painful to me.
But then we also talked about the fact I attributed several key events from Star Trek 3 to Star Trek 2.
Well, and you were just saying the stuff from Star Trek 2 was in Star Trek the Motion Picture.
What's
Yeah, I got it. I got them all mixed up. Like, I remember the events, I just don't remember which movie they happened in.
What's the main thing you remember about Star Trek 4?
The whales. I honestly remember just about everything from
Double dumbass. Yeah, then.
Yeah, no, I remember that, and now I'll give Spock a pass for not acting really true to form.
And he doesn't like Italian food. Don't forget.
Because Spock had just gone through getting his Katra put back into his body, so it works that he's kind of off kilter. I guess Sulu was pretty true to form, but they didn't give Sulu too much to do. Star Trek 4, like he lowers the transparent aluminum.
He got to fly the helicopter.
First of all, you know that's not transparent aluminum, right?
He got to fly the Huey.
Yeah, but you were just saying he got the transparent aluminum. You know that was not transparent aluminum. That was just plexiglass.
Yeah, he drops in.
No, that was plexiglass.
It's supposed to be transparent aluminum.
No, it's not.
Remember, the guy even said it'll take him years to figure out just the atomic structure of it.
Yeah, but then Scotty gave it to him.
No, they just gave him the formula in exchange for big sheets of plexiglass.
Yep.
Remember he said, how thick would you need a sheet of plexiglass to be to hold, and then he spouts off the dimensions of their whale tank. And he said, oh, that's easy, 6 inches. I got stuff that big in stock. And Scotty's like, yeah, I've noticed. And so, because that's what they're after. They're not after transparent aluminum because they know it doesn't exist.
I never made that connection. All the time watching that growing up, I always thought he went on to get the aluminum from that interaction. So yeah, I never made that connection.
I'm not surprised.
Wow, so your favorite Star Trek movie, and you never figured that out, huh?
Yeah. Keep in mind the times that I was really burning through that tape watching it.
Wow.
I'm surprised my parents let me watch it, to be honest, because the double dumb part. My parents were really strict about that sort of thing.
The double dumb part. Oh, man, I would pay real money for you to just say that. Just because I know you never would, but you know, it's just the double dumb part. That's like the best thing ever. But you see, now Star Trek the Motion Picture, I liked that movie a lot. I know it does have pacing issues, but I think that the story is a true sci-fi story. I think the nostalgia, it's got the best photography of spaceships in any sci-fi movie, period.
Yeah. Takes about an hour for the starship to get out of the space dock, don't it?
Yeah.
Basically.
Its biggest problem is honestly just that it's got it doesn't have any action really, you know, and so
it's the epitome of a slow burn.
Right.
Yes.
Well, they wanted to make an environmentalist movie, or Nimoy specifically wanted to, and he actually got pushed back, and so this is the version of the movie that incorporated environmentalism into not just Nimoy preaching at us.
Well, it was, but you know, I don't have a problem with Star Trek 4. I think Star Trek 4 is a little overrated in that I think people tend to think it's better just because it's funny. And I don't, you know, it is funny. I think it's the funniest of the films, but I don't think that makes it better. I just think it's funny. And I do think the humor works. I think it's Star Trek flavored humor. And I find it very entertaining. I think it's still better than any of the next gen films, but I don't think it's as good as most of the other films in the TOS era. But I don't understand why you think Star Trek V is good, and that's why I think your memory, obviously very faded because you haven't watched these movies in so long, is clearly, I mean, either you've had some kind of massive traumatic head injury, or
doorknob.
Well, I'm going with head injury.
Several doorknobs, skillets.
Yeah, I'm thinking, repeated doorknobs and something traumatic happened to you. That's the only thing I can think of, because
he watched Star Trek V. That was very traumatic in itself, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I felt like Star Trek V fit more of the Star Trek motif than Star Trek 4 did. That's what it boiled down to. So I don't think it's a better movie.
Well,
I enjoy it less, but I think it
kind of
fits
like an
the universe
episode.
more.
It'd be basically an episode of Star Trek.
But you see, I don't understand why people say that, because everybody was out of character. Nobody was behaving the way they behave normally. And so, like, they were all, I mean, like, because one thing about the Enterprise crew, especially the core crew members, is that they are, for the most part, fiercely loyal to Kirk, unless they're being directly, like the spores or something else that's completely controlling their minds. And in the case of Cybok's not controlling their minds. And so,
they didn't write that well.
Right. So since Cybok's not actually controlling their minds and people are making a free will choice, that means that basically at the drop of a hat, everybody decided to betray Kirk.
Now, see, we'll get there when I actually watch it. But
when we watch that together, I mean, we'll talk about it. But we won't do any double features, so we can take the time to actually talk about the movies after we watch them. But I think that you'll see as we watch them that Star Trek V is an inferior film. Especially if you want to talk about the evolution of the characters, you got to look at the story of the Star Trek films. From Star Trek the Motion Picture is basically the reuniting of the crew. Star Trek II is a coming-of-age film. It's just a coming-of-middle-age film, which is something and I know that sounds...
I like that.
It sounds silly, but it's probably the best coming-of-middle-age film ever made. It truly is. It's what it means to become a 50-year-old in a world where you're used to being a young buck. That's what that movie is about. And people, and I'll tell you, especially at my age, I appreciate that so much more than I appreciated when I was younger. When I was younger, I appreciated the big space battles. Now I really appreciate what Kirk was dealing with when he was talking to Bones about how he's getting old. And at the end of the movie, when he felt young, because he realizes that it's not about what you can physically do anymore. Star Trek 3 was kind of a rebirth kind of movie. Star Trek 4 was just a fun interlude. Star Trek 5 is just like, what the heck was this? And then Star Trek 3 was their send-off.
I mean, 6.
That's what I said. Star Trek 6 was their send-off.
You said 3.
Did I say 3 again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have, yeah.
Okay.
But you meant 6. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think you could go straight from 4 to 6, and I think it would make perfect sense.
Right.
Watching the movies.
Yeah, 5 makes no sense in the context of the overarching story. If you watch it,
I can see that.
Yeah, if you watch it in sequence, 1 to 2 is a little jarring because they changed the uniforms and all that, but you also get the idea that between 1 and 2 there's a significant time jump, and so
Well, 2, 3, and 4 are definitely all tied in together.
Right. 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
2, 3, 4 is a definitive story arc, those 3 films. 6 is the end of their career. You could say that there are many adventures that take place in between 4 and 6. And 5 is one of them. But, yeah. And 5 theoretically takes place right after 4, just based on the fact that the Enterprise is supposedly brand spanking new and doesn't work. But even like some of the humor there is so stupid because, okay, I get it. The ship is a brand new ship. And for whatever reason, everything doesn't work because it's brand new. And they haven't worked out all the bugs. Okay. But why is it that when Kirk's holding a controller pad to record the captain's log, that there's a spring-loaded thing and the pad is flying apart? That makes no sense, okay? I could understand why the turbo lifts might not be operating, or they may have power systems failures. But
they did that same,
the data pad,
they did that same kind of joke with the Generations with the Enterprise B, basically.
Right, everything will be installed in but you know, it worked better in Generations. I'm not a
It was just a shakedown cruise. It was a publicity
right
outing.
In Generations, at least it made a certain amount of sense. You know, because, okay, they weren't planning on doing anything except for jaunting around the solar system in a ship that wasn't quite finished, but they just wanted to take the press on a tour. Okay, yeah. I can get behind that. It's not like they had, you know, the doors exploding at random and stuff like that, you know, and stupid stuff. But on the Enterprise A, they acted like the ship, you know, because, you know, they have the engineering log where Scotty says, oh, it's like they made the ship was made by monkeys. And okay, that's a silly little joke. And then you realize, oh crap, they were being literal. I mean, it really is really, really stupid. What happened here?
And to answer Eric's question, Sybok was supposedly Spock's half-brother.
Yeah, between Sarek and a Vulcan priestess. So, yeah, there's that. And, I mean, people complain about Michael Burnham not being talked about. What about Sybok? Same problem.
Kirk knew nothing about Spock. Like, just nothing.
Yeah.
They were hardly best friends from the how little he knew about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I know. It's like, could you imagine if like, well, Spock, at least I now know about your one and only sibling. The only sibling you've ever had, and there's no one else, right?
But
you've been kind of quiet over there, Spock.
You remember the war? It's kind of started because of my sister.
I bet you they'll mention it in Strange New Worlds.
I'm sure.
But as the professor is reminding us, if it's all a dream, then Sybok is just in Kirk's subconscious mind.
The dream theory is, and I get it. It's the only way to make it work for the fans, right? That's the purpose of the dream theory, is to make it so that the fans can tolerate it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it sucks, but that's what we got to do sometimes. You know, is that okay?
Yeah. I mean, they do call them marshmallows for a reason instead of marshmallows. You know?
Right? Yeah, because they were tainted with something.
There you go.
Yeah, what was it like? Like Spock didn't quite know the atomic structure, and it gave him psychedelic dreams or something like that.
Yeah, the Tennessee whiskey and the marshmallows didn't react too well together.
And yeah, but that, or maybe McCoy slipped a little something else in there with the with the bourbon, I mean, I get the dream thing. That's so the fans making an excuse for a bad movie. And fine. I'm fine with the dream theory, but I'm also not going to say that makes it a good movie. I'm just saying that makes it tolerable. You know, by just saying, yeah, that didn't really happen. You know, because we're going to say it didn't happen because we're acknowledging that everybody's acting out of character, that, you know, things in it just don't make sense. Like, you know, and you're going to love this, Matthew. There's a scene where there's a Voyager probe. Yes, it's a Voyager probe because, you know, we got dozens of those things flying around. And
I think I've heard something about that. Yeah.
And a Klingon bird of prey is flying around, and the Klingon's just like, "Oh, look, let's blow that up." And when he shoots it,
screams.
It screams. It literally screams.
Because that makes sense.
Huh?
It's Star Trek 5, yes.
Yeah. They did the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, it's like the probe screams. It wasn't V'ger. It didn't go to the machine planet and become sentient. It was just a Voyager probe floating around space junk, and he shoots it, and it's like, ah! It's like, what?
V'ger. Is that the V'ger I keep talking about?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You are so bad,
Yes.
Matthew.
Yes. V'ger came before this whale probe.
And by the way, I'm not actually sure if that was Voyager. Yeah, Professor said it was supposed to be a Pioneer probe.
Oh, was it a Pioneer probe? Okay, I don't. I apologize if it was not a Voyager probe, but Matthew wouldn't be able to tell the difference anyway.
They thought they were all Voyager.
Yeah, they were all Voyager. So, right, Matthew.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, it's too bad that you already paid for Star Trek.
I think Matthew is going to get into this Prodigy just because of the pew 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 thing.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Did you see the Prodigy trailer?
No.
Oh man, you're gonna love it. They literally, and there's a combat scene where they actually go pew 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 as they shoot the phasers.
Oh no, I gotta pull it up now. I mean, it's probably gonna make me laugh.
Yeah, it will.
I have no problem enjoying that kind of humor.
I think what they said is, the fans were upset about the pew 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 thing. Oh, hold my beer. And I was quite surprised by that.
We got a super chat from Orville Nation.
Oh, hey, Orville. Fist bump there, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm
kind of surprised the hologram is designed to automatically accept anyone who comes aboard the ship.
Yeah, don't you like that? It's like, welcome.
Yeah, I love that. Isn't that great that the hologram will just like how anybody walks on the ship and you just get all the command, as they're using the weapons, so you have weapons of mass destruction that you can just use because why not?
Yeah, it's so easy. A kid can use it basically.
Yeah,
and fly it. A starship's so easy. A kid can use it and fly it and.
Yeah,
use the pew 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 button and
no
whatever.
problem. Yeah. Hey, kids.
That made me laugh.
Of course it did.
Now, what is there a reference to? Is it a reference to itself, or was it actually? Have I blocked something out from Discovery? I wasn't paying attention.
You mean the fact they say pew pew pew?
Did they literally do that?
They literally say pew 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 as they're shooting the phasers.
No, wait, no. In Discovery, is that what you guys were saying?
What about
it? Seems like
we were talking about Discovery.
I thought you were saying the pew 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 was a reference to Discoveries.
Well, we're saying the fans don't like the fact that they've replaced good storytelling with pew 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 and pretty explosions, and so when they got wind of this, they were like, oh, okay, so we'll just put pew 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 in the dialogue.
Gotcha.
Because, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I guess my only thought about that trailer, other than Janeway just being like, hello, welcome random strangers to the ship. I shall let you have full access now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would be at the very end when she goes, I've seen a lot of, wayward yada yada, and you guys have potential. That better be in like the season finale.
Oh, no, I'm sure that's like when they first come on the ship. She's like, "Oh, hey, you guys got potential. You want to have the ship? I'm looking for people."
By all means, yeah.
It's probably like the automated message she says every time somebody activates her. Like state the nature of the medical emergency.
Hey, she just comes on and says, "Hey, want a ship?
Yep.
Anybody want a ship?
Yeah.
You got potential.
Only cost, you know.
Yeah, Starfleet's been completely taken over by this politically correct, HR friendly culture. So they just like come on and they say, "You are special. You have potential. We want you to be successful. How about it? Will you want this ship?"
They got so many lawsuits from the bad bedside manner of the doctor that they had to overcorrect.
So it's wrong.
Wait, I gotta get out of here, Michael. I gotta hit the hay.
That's all right. Well, we're gonna be wrapping up anyway. So thank you, Matthew. It was fun.
Yes, appreciate it.
And quite a shock. I mean, really, quite a shock.
Yeah.
I think everybody is going to be having nightmares tonight. And thank you, John, again for the great questions. Number one sci-fi. Thank you for participating, and everybody. Oh, and Indy, thank you for another $10 because my doctors love taking your money. So I don't understand something about your latest video. What is in a nutshell? So it's some form of transdimensional phase.
I'm sorry, Salty Trekker, I don't understand something about your latest video. What is a nutshell? Is it some form
it's
of
the resonance frequency
phase
produced by the
force
deflector.
field?
Well, don't worry. Wait until that's just the beginning of it, because that's just some of the technobabble from the first season and a half. Wait until I get it all, because I'm actually rewatching all of Voyager, and that's just the sampling of when they issue command orders with Greek letters. I'm also grabbing every time they say stuff like a nadion pulse and I'm just making the equipment do things it's not supposed to do, and I'm putting it all together into one long string of technobabble. So yeah, you just wait, Indy. The masterpiece is coming.
Yeah, well, Voyager's nothing but technobabble and
it's insane.
And coffee, basically.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, as TNG went on, Geordi got deep into technobabble.
Sometimes, but not like. But Voyager's doing it in season 1.
Yeah, my point is, it's a reflection of the culture. Like TNG was going that way. Somehow DS9 avoided it. DS9 didn't.
Yeah, because
super
DS9
technobabble.
focused on storytelling.
Yeah, and then Voyager definitely doubled down on the babble.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, so have a great night, everyone. Thank you again to John, number one sci-fi and life with Matthew. And it was a lot of fun. I look forward to 2 weeks from tonight. John's going to have to do questions about Star Trek, the motion picture, which means that Life with Matthew will have no chance of getting him right. And so I'm not sure if I have the special edition or the director's cut available digitally or not. I'll have to see. And I do have it, I think, on Blu-ray, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to go through my discs upstairs. Thanks. But if not, if we have to watch the standard edition, Matthew will survive. Anyway, until then, take care, live long and prosper, Jolan True, and all that stuff.
Good night.
And wow, Matthew really does run poop extractors for a living. And he's not.
Indeed.
And he's not a Turdistanny. Makes no sense. No sense whatsoever.
Well, that'd be too logical for me.